nor Notre Dame play anymore. Among the teams who are finished playing, do not play this week, can their order flip next Sunday in the final rankings, or is the order for the teams whose hay is in the barn, whose resume is complete, are they set in terms of where they are relative to one another?
Great question, Reese. The management committee during the offseason provided some clarification to some comments that were made last year, and indeed idle teams can move following the results of the championship games and how they impact the teams that are around those that play in the championship game, and data such as strength of schedule, teams that may be idle. So yes, teams that are idle can move up or down.
So we're not set with Miami definitively being behind Notre Dame no matter what. Is that fair to say?
Reese, following the championship games, we will re-rank the top 25 teams, and we'll see where they fall.
I'm going to take that as the Canes still have a chance.
Well, there you have it. For those of you that waited around last night and wanted to see it on TV, boy, I'll tell you what, you're still waiting for a lot of stuff. And if you're wondering those games, BYU and Texas Tech will play in Georgia and Bama in championship conference games. And those are the two you're watching. And probably Texas Tech needs to blow out BYU and give them a second loss. And Georgia needs to beat Alabama and give them a third loss this season. And then it's still going to be, I got to see it to believe it. I am glad. I tell you, it's not that it makes a difference, but whether it's E.J. Manuel coming on like yesterday or any of the other college football insiders that do this every week still talk about the fact that Miami beat Notre Dame head-to-head. It's good to at least hear that in one of the two big debates that are going on, one in college and the other, of course, professionally, with this hit that took place the other night on Jackson Dart. It's incredible how everybody looks at everything. It really is amazing to me. And, of course, the other one is Ole Miss and not letting Lane Kiffin, which is incredible. Guys that played in the league think, or people that watch this think Lane Kiffin should be allowed to coach a team after he took off and to a rivalry to another team in the SEC. Although they did adjust it, and it's a good move, I think, for everybody. Charlie Weiss Jr., the offensive coordinator, will not be going to LSU quite yet. He's going to continue to coach Ole Miss. They allowed him to come back. So, that's good. I get it. I think it's a big help for the offense. Have your coordinator. It's kind of a crucial guy putting game plans together and calling plays and those type of things. So that was a good move. But this Jackson Dart thing, for the life of me, it was a big hit. The sideline hit where Jackson Dart's running down the sideline and he gets the you-know-what knocked out of him. I am amazed when I hear anybody at this point come out and say it was a cheap shot. It was a hit job. It was a dirty hit. Like, what? You're running down the sideline. You know the deal. And by the way, the tough guy act of Jackson Dart, I'm telling you, it'll be the shortest career you've ever seen a quarterback if it continues. He could say he's not playing soccer and he's a tough guy, and it's, that's the way he's built. Well, you won't be built very long in that league with guys taking hits, especially when you're trying to run down the sideline instead of getting out of bounds. Yeah, so I don't know, man. There's some things, and by the way, everybody's weighed in on it. It's pretty funny, Woody, that everybody's got a take on it, trying to defend it, and it was a cheap shot. Hey, man, if you slide late, if you try to take a guy on to get extra yards or get a first down, or you run down the sideline because you see 3 yards and you think you can get it, those guys, that's what they do for a living, man. And they get a chance to get extra physical because you're stupid, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Slide late, you're going to get hit. Even if they call it and you take the hit, you slide late, you're taking a chance. You slide. You get as much as you can out of the slide. You get tattooed in the head. That's bad news usually. So I don't. It's incredible we're having it, and It's a physical game, and they protect quarterbacks the best they can in the NFL. They're doing everything they can to protect him. You can't hit him high. You can't hit him low in the pocket. But the rules change once you get outside the pocket. They do. You hold on to the ball too long or the last second, you're going to get hit. If you decide you're not going to run out of bounds, or you get lazy and slow down running out of bounds, and you give those guys a chance to hit you down the sideline, you're going to get hit. It's like, wow, I get a free shot because this guy's stupid. I get to hit him. And I know your teammates come over there and they're protecting you and stuff, and most of them didn't see it, but once they go back and see it, they'll realize, yeah, that was pretty stupid stuff. So anyway, that, and of course, this whole thing going on. Woody, so I got to ask you, getting back to the original one, and great job of getting the sound in there for everybody that might have missed it last night that were doing something. It still doesn't look good for the Canes to have to sit back and wait. I've done this down here in professional sports and college sports through the years, where you got to wait for other things to happen for you to get a chance. And for some reason, it doesn't seem to happen for us. I can sit there and remember watching games after, one of our teams wins or loses or is watching, and the other team that they need to lose wins. And you're like, okay, a little short again this year. So I don't know. I didn't get a great feel for whatever they were saying last night. And again, Miami 12th, Notre Dame 10th. Notre Dame's going to get in. And right now it just doesn't look good when you got to wait and see what the outlook and how good the games are and how tight they are. And if they are tight games, the two games you mentioned, BYU and Texas Tech and Georgia and Bama, then they're going to go, well, they're so close, we got to put them both in again to play. So that's a tough one. Tough one. Dan Radakovich, University of Miami athletic director, will join us later. We'll get his feel for after watching that last night as well. Got National Signing Day. Oh, my God, what the hell happened to National Signing Day? What happened to National Signing Day? Hey, man, it used to be a big deal before transfer portal. Used to be a huge deal besides all the other stories, including one that's a lot more important to Canes fans than National Signing Day, and which high school top players are going to be coming to South Florida for at least a year in this 1-year free agency. So it's lost for all those reasons. It's kind of lost its sex appeal. It's just not the same anymore. But they got a nice class. Just to start with, they got a real nice class. And of course, you still see how important freshmen can be on this team. And hey, I don't know where you rank him as far as how good Malachi Toney was. Was he the best player on the team? It's not stupid to say that, even though they're going to have 3 guys probably going the first round on this team. And Malachi, as a guy that was 17 for 3 or 4 games before he turned 18 for the second half of the season, he might have been the best player on the team.
You could say most impactful. Right? I mean, you needed a guy clearly to step up on offense this season, and he was that guy.
He did. He filled a big.
He lost a lot of production from the year before, so
you lost all those receivers.
Maybe certainly most impactful. The improvement of the defense, though, is the best story on the team. If you had to put one unit out there and say this is the best,
no, I don't disagree. I was just talking about.
But individually, I would say he was, best is, difficult. But yes, he was the most impactful player on the team.
You start looking at guys and Malachi, just unbelievable. 3-star, by the way, if you're caught up in that. We don't have enough 4-star and 5-star guys. Then you get a Malachi Toney, somehow was a 3-star player, although everybody in the country wanted him. Bryce Fitzgerald comes in, misses spring football. What a great story that is. The only guy that couldn't graduate early because he went to the private school at Columbus, comes in, misses spring, graduates the normal time, comes, for summer camp, and just has an unbelievable season. Ends up starting at the end of the year. What do you have, 4 or 5 picks? And has a great year. And then the other guy that helped him a lot, and you got to see signs, is Joshua Moore, the other wide receiver. So, they got a big class of guys coming in. led by this Jackson Cantwell, this 5-star tackle in the middle of nowhere, coming in here about, what is he, like 6'8", 325 pounds. You can, here, I'm just doing it right now. I got a pencil out. I'm going to pencil him in at right tackle, take over from Maui. No, okay, I got that done. Anyway, so we'll get you caught up on, we got a lot of information on that and on some of the guys. They have 5 players in the top 100 if you follow that stuff, but they got some really good guys. And I got to tell you the other thing too, this Mario Cristobal doesn't, if when he puts his list together and he looks at South Florida guys and he looks at guys in Iowa or looks at them in California or Oregon or Kansas, and he sees a guy that's better than what he has here, he's not worried about Dave Broward and Palm Beach County guys. He wants to get the best players here, of course. But if they don't rank it up where he sees them, puts a lot more on senior season, how you play your last year instead of potential. So anyway, we'll have a lot more of that stuff to get to. Kind of a crazy one, of course, last night, Panthers, man, they're hanging in there. Another loss, though, at home. 4 straight home losses for them. They still got a nice long homestand to go, Nashville, Columbus, and the Rangers. 3 more games here, but they're just struggling. They got so many guys out. It's a tough one until they get some guys back here to kind of hang around and try to get this thing flipped around here. It's still a lot of games left. And, of course, the Heat, as Woody said, back in action tonight against the Mavs and off to a great start at 14-7. So we've got a lot of stuff. And, oh, by the way, the Miami Dolphins back to work today, getting ready for the Jets. And great opportunity. Jets 3-9. I saw a stat. I was looking at stats last night. What I got to share one stat with you. It's unbelievable. So the Jets defense, 12 games they played now, 3-9, do not have an interception. That's hard to do. Think of all the ways. The ball tips up in the air when a guy goes to bat it and flips up, throw the ball over the top of a receiver's head on a square. Every guy does it. That a safety might be behind him to pick it. Nothing.
Well, I have some good news for him.
What?
They got a guy coming into town.
Oh, my God. There you go. There you go.
Tends to like to throw him. Did you hear the guy overnight ranked him 25th out of all active quarterbacks?
No.
He ranked him 25th.
I didn't hear that part.
Kirk Cousins 1 spot ahead of Tua in his rankings. Not a lot of respect for our guy down here anymore.
Hey, man,
on the national scale.
These games are huge for him.
But maybe the Jets can count on him to throw up one of those fair catch interceptions that he throws up.
I will say this. I was just glad to hear Mike say, we got a running game going. They're playing a physical style of football, which they are, defensively, running around, gang tackling. It's been really good stuff. And getting after people. And Anthony Weaver's got a real good feel for this defense right now. You've got a lot of guys playing, the young defensive tackles. Look, they don't even look anything close to what we saw in those first few games, which is normal. Again, the big jump to the pros from college. And we got a running backs as hot as anybody right now in the NFL. I mean, he is chasing them all down right now. And so we got the running game rolling. We got blocking. We got a right tackle back. There's a lot of good things. And I was just glad to hear Mike say this. Mike doesn't take shots at anybody on his team, but he's got to get more of the quarterback. I mean, that's nicely Mike saying he's got to play friggin' better. We're doing everything we can possible between our coordinators, sitting around trying to figure out what he does best to give us a chance, especially as the weather, and it's going to change. Listen, man, doesn't matter who you're playing. It's doesn't get easier to throw the ball, and he's got to go to the Jets, and I know it's going to be 30 degrees probably, and then he's got to go to Pittsburgh. And both teams are very beatable, but you're going to have to make some throws. So anyway.
Or you just run the ball, but
can't just run the ball.
Kickoff bomb Wednesday with this one. The guy says 25th generous rating for the worthless bomb. That's how you kick off bomb Wednesday.
Hey, by the way, that's right, man. That's right. Bomb Wednesday. What do you Hey. Oh God, that's funny. That was funny.
I mean, the guy's going through
That's the way to
list.
kick it off.
It's
Man.
like Geno
I didn't hear that.
Smith.
Yeah.
Well, it took forever to get through it. It's like Geno Smith, Marcus Mariota, and then Tua, and then Kirk Cousins.
They even put him behind like all the old veteran backups,
yeah,
right?
Man. He was sandwiched
playing.
in there with like the guys that have been on 9 teams and the guys that are like at the end of their career.
Hey, man, the eyeball test.
Don't eyeball. I don't want to hear any more about the eyeball test.
You're tired of the eyeball test from the other thing?
Oh,
okay.
God.
It hasn't been good. All right.
We got to listen to the athletic director of an SEC school tell us about the eye test. The whole thing's nauseating.
Hey, by the way, you got the Texas head coach talking about throwing late touchdowns because he's got 3 losses.
Yeah.
And the great comeback is beat Florida and call us.
Yeah. This whole thing is so ridiculous.
He says, you got 3 losses and you lost to Florida and we pounded them. What? It's gotten ugly. So I knew this was going to happen. It's not bad enough that the ADs are trying to, politic for their teams.
Yeah. Well, we have
But now you got
today.
coaches going, we didn't have to throw the ball at 20 seconds to get another 7 points and make the win look better. And the comeback, apparently everybody knew it was coming, like, hey, you lost to Florida. We didn't. So, and you got an extra loss because of that. By the way, they were pretty fair to them. They're right behind Miami. Talk about getting the benefit of the doubt.
Does it feel like that committee is led by Omar Kelly? Like they just change every single week what they're thinking?
They've been pretty consistent on this with Notre Dame.
I don't know, but every week it's like,
hey man, they've been pretty consistent with that Notre Dame team.
Because they love Notre Dame. But every week it's, we could move an idle team in the last week, you know. Well, the eye test. It's just, man.
All right. Well, listen, think about it for a sec, Woody, because we got a lot of stuff to get to. Charles Davis, analyst for CBS NFL on CBS, going to join us coming up. Man, is there any teams that anybody can predict who's coming out of the AFC when this is all said and done? And we got 2 teams with second-year quarterbacks that and great records, and I don't know. Great stories, long winning streaks, ridiculous winning streaks. 2 of them are still going. Anyway, hey, I want to talk about another streak you can get on, and that is the holiday season, ready to go, looking for an SUV or a brand new truck at your South Florida Chevy dealers. We got great deals. We got holiday specials for you that you're absolutely going to love. Just head on over to your nearest Chevy dealer and take a look at the Suburbans and the Tahoes and the Traverse and the Equinox. And then if that's not enough for you, you have to look at that. I went mid-sized at the big boys for you. And then, of course, when it comes to trucks, man, we're really proud of our trucks. Starting with a durable Colorado with a little leadoff hitter for us there. Got everything you need for South Florida for people that love the truck. And then let's get into the Silverado family, like the 1500, man. You talk about a workday workhorse and a weekend warrior all in one, and a Silverado HD, again, legendary horsepower, one of the hardest working beds in the business. It's like we've got a truck perfect for you. So, hey, man, you make a living working out of that truck and you're looking for something new that works as hard as you do, stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers, man. Whether it's a midsize, full-size, or heavy-duty truck, Chevy pickups will never disappoint. See your South Florida Chevy dealers this holiday season for great deals on SUVs and trucks going on right now.
Today's topics are
Monday, we're going to have a chance for you to win tickets to see men's number 1 ranked Carlos Alcaraz, women's number 4 ranked Amanda Anisimova, and more. You can keep listening to our show here. We'll give you details later on how you can win.
You know, it's funny. I watched Anisimova as a young girl practicing in Plantation. She spent a lot of her youth there, and I think she got away from tennis for a while. I think she got burned out or something, came back, and she's a monster. She's been playing great.
This is why you're a side court guy.
Hey, man, that's
a proud dad
trust me,
side courts.
She ain't playing any side courts anymore when you're number 4 in the world. No, she got a different deal now. So she'll play Jessica Pegula, who, by the way, you know who she is, right? Her father,
the owner,
owns the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Sabres. I got great respect for that, by the way. I don't know how to tell him, because I've become pretty good friends with the owner, because he knows I'm a tennis junkie, and he comes down here. He's got a home down here. And so I wanted to say it, but it's going to sound weird because he's got his son with him all the time. And I get it, man. Like, if you own all the teams, your kids and your family going to have great jobs in either the stadium or one of your professional teams.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl is like kicking ass on her own. Like, I don't want anything. I like competing and trying to be the best American. And she's been a top 10 player in the world for the last few years. She could go, hey, Dad, you know what? I'm ready to be vice president. And she's I don't know, man. I just say I got a lot of respect for that woman, man, even though she takes shots at us because she's a big Buffalo Bills fan about everything down here.
Yeah, well, seems fair.
She played on the main court. She actually was I laughed. I was not offended. And they go, how do you feel about, you're going to be on the main court? And she goes, I feel comfortable like the Buffalo Bills when they come down here.
Oh.
That was before what just happened. But yeah, thought that was pretty funny. All right. Hey, listen, we've got a lot of stuff that's not funny. Woody, we're going to play it if you missed it a few times this morning. I had zero expectations last night that things are going to be good for the Canes. Oh, Canes come in at 12 again. Okay. And guys, how do you feel about it? And then I give a lot of those guys credit. Hey, they should be ahead of Notre Dame, but they're not. And they're on the outside looking in. And then they ask, member of the committee. And he goes, well, they're not done. We take into consideration the conference championship games. I'm like, I don't know. Am I the only one who went, yeah, right? That was yeah, right.
Well, they're not going to move Miami in front of Notre Dame in the last poll of the whole thing, are they, with both teams being idle?
Well, now, so what do you do? What do you do if Alabama? What if Alabama has a third loss? They're going to third loss, but they
conference championship game doesn't count. I don't know. If they move Miami in front of Notre Dame, you imagine the outrage. That would be incredible to watch. Those fans just lose their minds.
Oh yeah.
That would be really
They got a big fan base.
Yes, they do.
Starting with a lot of Catholics around the country.
Yeah, it'd be really, really enjoyable to watch all those people just go nuts. But I how do you do that, though, in the last poll, the whole thing, when team's not playing? Like,
so
if you're going to do it, you probably got to do it now.
But it does make you, again, it was a long time ago, and apparently a lot of people forgot Miami did beat Notre Dame. They did beat them. And now somebody's telling me I got to wait to see what's going to happen with BYU and Texas Tech and Georgia and Bama. That's what they're really telling you.
So Miami beat BYU by 2 touchdowns. They would beat BYU. They're not very good.
Well, I mean,
but here's the problem, Joe. If you lined up Miami and Notre Dame side to side and you took the logos out of it, right, and you just looked at the resume, wouldn't Miami be the obvious team that was ranked ahead?
So I would just do one better, and that is this team is really talented on both sides of the football. Really talented. And let's start on the line of scrimmage, where Miami hasn't been strong for a while, and he's built it back up.
But they both are. They both are. They both passed the eye test, right? The eye testing is so stupid. I thought you weren't going to do the eye test.
I know, I'm trying not to.
But we need to do resumes. That's what it should be about. That's how they do the NCAA tournament. They don't start looking around. Oh, this team's playing really well right now. They're good. They pass our eye test. They're good for our business. Let's put them in the tournament.
They look at
they
wins.
look at your resume.
They look at your wins you have against
wins,
ranked
losses,
opponents.
and strength of schedule. Real simple.
All right. Well, anyway, listen,
but
man.
Wouldn't Miami, if you put them alongside Notre Dame and you got rid of the logos and you just did it blindly?
You really want to get into this, what this is really about?
I know it's about money.
No.
And viewership and all that nonsense.
Listen to one you're leaving out. That committee cannot get over them losing 2 out of 3 games to the teams they lost to. They cannot get over that.
Know.
And they dropped to 18.
Yep.
And they've worked back up, and they're like, we're having trouble getting you past that 12 spot. We just can't get you past 12. We look at all these other teams, and good job, by the way, coming back. You look good those last 4, but we're having trouble getting you back because we just can't get over. You lost 2 out of 3, and those teams you lost to.
The ACC thing's even more disappointing.
By the way, ACC, what happens if Duke wins this thing?
I don't know.
They might get shut out. ACC, like, I know you're considering we put power in front of your conference, but ain't no power for this year. All right,
they really need to go back to the drawing board, huh? Figure something out. This tiebreaker thing is for the birds.
But they asked Dan Radakovich, who we're going to have on, University of Miami athletic director, like, hey, you got any ideas? And he
whatever doesn't involve having a 7-5 team.
Not just like to figure something out here.
Just 7-5 team. They're barely bowl eligible.
By the way, it doesn't say much about the ACC that this has happened.
No, it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Joe, you're going to have a lot of good games coming up this weekend. That's not going to be one of them.
No, and that's not one that's going, hey, man, I got to turn that on to see how a 5-loss Duke team's doing. See if they can pull the upset over Virginia. All right. Hey, Woody, we've got Charles Davis. CD's going to join us. We're going to talk some NFL football, man. And anybody want to try to help me out on what's going on right now in the NFL? Because I think it's great what's going on. And we got a great week of teams. In direct competition. Pitt at Baltimore, Colts at Jacksonville, Texans at the Chiefs. Even Cincinnati at Buffalo. Cincinnati's going, hey, we beat Buffalo. We're going to be a game behind somebody in our division, either Pittsburgh or Baltimore. All right. Hey, we got more stuff to get to, but first I want to talk about the other part of sports nobody likes to talk about. Baptist Health South Florida. Yeah. Oh, Joe, you're talking about injuries, aren't you? Yes, I am. And people ask me, you know how it works, man. Whether it's a team sport or individual sport, if you're competitive, whether it's your kids or you as you get older in your 50s, 60s, 70s, sooner or later, I think we've all figured out you get injured. It's just part of life. It goes on. Weird things happen. People ask me all the time, where do pros go in this town? Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, Miami Dolphins, FIU, FAU, all use for their team doctors as well as their surgeons and specialists, the team of Baptist Health South Florida, one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. Man, you talk about putting together an all-star lineup of great doctors and specialists. Anything that's happened to your knee, I guess I'm not allowed to use the names in hockey or football that have had bad knee injuries, but they trust the doctors of Baptist Health South Florida. Shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip and knee replacement, Achilles. I got to tell you, man, whether it's me, you, or some of the best athletes we have in this town, they're all going to Baptist Health South Florida to see that great lineup of doctors that they have. And with that, great facilities as well. The new facility in 595 in Pine Island in Plantation, a doctor's hospital in Coral Gables, and, of course, Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho today.
Hey, it's Toby.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody. Always special. Big week, man. Great games coming up. You talk about playing against Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Colts, Jacksonville, Texans, Chiefs. I mean, we got some great ones. Cincinnati at Buffalo, Denver story, the Patriots story. Charles Davis, NFL on CBS analyst, joins us this morning. Charles, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, Joe. Happy holiday season to you and yours out there.
Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. I hope you had a chance to get some time and stay in Orlando and enjoy your family as well, bud. So, but hey, man, we've got a lot of crazy stuff going on. Before we get into it, everybody seems to have a little different opinion about that Jackson Dart hit on the sideline. I thought it was clean. Like, you got to get out of bounds, man, or you're going to get popped. That's the way the league works. What'd you think?
I love the young man. Like, I've known him for a while now, since college, etc. Love him, love his enthusiasm, love how he attacks the game. But right now, he is riding that line of, I'm going to do it my way because I don't ever give up on plays. I'm one of those people who's going to you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Joe. Kid comes out of college. He has some success early. He's played the game real hard and made plays with his feet and some big runs and some things of that nature. He was really supported by Brian Daboll as his head coach. They were arm in arm. I know Dave's talked about protecting himself, but he always defended the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that's the way this kid goes about it. We'll talk about this stuff, blah, blah, blah. You know, first and second down, he'll learn to slide better. Third down, have to have it plays. He's going to go for it. The hit was clean.
Yeah.
Okay? It was absolutely clean. And if he doesn't learn, and here's the other part. If he doesn't learn to get out of bounds, he's going to take more shots like that. And, of course, we're going to be right back in concussion protocol. But number two, I thought that Troy Aikman articulated it expertly on the telecast. Defenders were very good with quarterbacks when they went to the sideline and got themselves out of bounds. And then quarterbacks got greedy.
Right.
They'd get to the sideline, realize the defenders had pulled up to brother-in-law with them and allowed them to get off the sideline, and then they'd take 3, 4, 5 yards more.
Right.
And
make you look
time,
bad. And make you look bad doing it. Great.
And make you look bad doing it. Then it looks like you pulled up, you didn't make a play. You're going to get chewed out in film session, although you're probably not because everyone understood what was going on. But to the public, you looked bad. And to yourself, you felt like you were being made a fool of. Hold a minute. It's kind of like Bull Durham when the guy hit the home run when Costner gave him the pitch. And then he stood there and admired it. He said, I give you a gift and you show up my pitcher.
Right.
Run, dummy.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? This is what it's like. And now defenders are like, no. If you're going to try and be greedy, we're going to let you know that's not the way to go. And the smart ones have picked up on it. They get what they can. They know it's time, and they get out of bounds. Jackson Dart has to start doing that. This isn't even a thought process of should, possibly. No, has to. And I love the young man. Remember how I started this conversation, Joe? If I were sitting in front of him and his family right now, I'd say, okay, you can the, I'm going to be a tough guy stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to play in this league for 15 years?
Right.
Or do you want to be a shooting star and get beat up? It's up to you.
Charles, we got some great stories going on. I think it's great. Some may not be happy. The Chiefs are in a dogfight to try to get in these playoffs right now. But, boy, I look at the Patriots, 11-2, won 10 straight. The Broncos game, you've got that game this week against the Raiders, 10-2, and the Bo Nix story. You still feel as you look at them, a lot of people aren't sold like, yeah, they're nice stories, especially New England, but they haven't had the toughest schedule. What's your take on the Patriots and the Broncos right now?
I'll start with the Broncos. They are winning games like teams who plan to have a good playoff are winning them, but there is a note of caution with it, right? They're winning all these close, tight games. Remember last year Kansas City got ridiculed for it?
Yes.
Oh, the refs are helping them, this and that. This is no different. They're winning games, tight. They've won 4 straight by 3 points or less. The last 4 wins have been by 10 points. They got a little help on Monday night. On Sunday night, did you see a couple of those calls?
Yeah.
I'm not throwing it out there like this is a problem for Denver. All I'm saying is for everyone out there who freaks out about Kansas City over this time, folks, it flips. It just happens that way. Kansas in one-score games for a reason this year. They can't get off the field on defense and finish games off. It happens. You don't go 12-0 in one season and expect to be 12-0 the next season in one-score games.
Right.
I like what they're doing, but I do say this, Joe. Bo Nix is nails in the fourth quarter, but there's got to be a little more consistency the first 3 quarters. And I just looked at something this morning that I can't tell you the exact thing, but in these types of games and teams have had these types of seasons, where Denver is, their numbers match up exactly with teams that have done it before. And this is talking about running the football, Joe. 4 or more games with less than 90 yards on the ground, teams that have gotten to the playoffs and have been a high seed, none have gotten past the divisional round, and 4 of the 6 lost their first playoff game.
Yeah.
Running the ball matters. Now, flip it over to New England. I thought Monday night was as a professional a win as New England has had all year. In other words, but open week coming up, Giants not very good, record terrible. Didn't know if the quarterback would play or not up until, week of the game, that sort of deal. You get the whole idea. And they came right out and it was 17-0 before you could blink. Okay? To me, this is a team that's not just riding the, oh, wow, we're having a great year, and look at this. Wow, this is amazing type of a wave. There's a professionalism to what they're doing and going about it. I will say their Achilles heel, though, is what are they going to do with teams if they can't run the football as effectively as they want to, and you turn it into a drop-back game with that offensive line? That's where I think that they could have some trouble with someone. In other words, they match up very poorly with Denver right now because Denver can rush the quarterback, and New England's left side of their offensive line, both rookies anyway, are both hurt out of the lineup right now.
Hey, Charles, man, I'll tell you what, talk about coming back. Pittsburgh's come back, allow Baltimore get back in it. The Colts all of a sudden, who looked so good to start the year. Matter of fact, could have had more wins if it wasn't for a couple of stupid plays. And now all of a sudden, Jacksonville has passed them, and the Texans are right there, and now they got all these head-to-head games. Are you still drinking the Kool-Aid on the Colts at this point?
Not as deeply because of everything that you put out there, Joe. I mean, Jacksonville went through their little bit of lull and have come out the other side and are playing well. And if they can get Trevor Lawrence to not turn the ball over, they'll really be pretty good. I mean, it's funny, quietly, he's either leading the league or near the top in giveaways at the quarterback position. Just think if he actually fulfilled half of his promise now, where Jacksonville should be. Brian Thomas has had a sophomore slump at receiver. They're doing a nice job. Houston's the one that everyone should be terrified of, because if you didn't watch that Thursday night game and watch that film of Josh Allen getting hit time and again, then I don't know what you're watching and not terrified of. And Kansas City gets them Sunday night with a beat-up offensive line. This could very well be the end of Kansas City. Look, I'm not saying that they're absolutely out, but the only reason we're not saying that, Joe, is the respect that they have gathered from 9 straight AFC West titles, all these Super Bowl appearances, whatever. That team, I don't think, can get there this year. They've got too big a gauntlet down the stretch, and Houston could very well finish it off on Sunday night, because I still know how they're going to block them.
Yeah, all those two guys on the outside. Wow.
That's how you got to block them. And I know Andy Reid committed more to running the football and has done a really nice job of it. They're going to have to run it and be effective doing so. Otherwise, Patrick Mahomes will be on a race for his life, similar to the Super Bowl against Tampa, similar to the Super Bowl against Philadelphia, where he just had no time and got hit a lot. That could happen again Sunday night. This Houston team's they're racing back. And you know who has gotten renewed life is C.J. Stroud, because the quarterback missed 3 games with an injury, Joe, and they went 3-0 without him. And he realized, oh boy, I may be the guy, but this team's ready to play with whoever.
Yeah.
Let me reassert myself. And he played a nice game on Sunday.
Hey, this Pittsburgh team got off to a great start, and boy, they have looked really bad. What's your take?
Back as we thought.
Yeah,
this is not a surprise.
Okay. Yeah.
Not to me. This is not a surprise to me. I'm not sure it's a major surprise to you. I mean, you watch this Pittsburgh team, and I remember early in the season, I told someone on my crew as a massive Pittsburgh fan, I said, when they lost at Cincinnati on a Thursday night, I said, be prepared. You're doing the exact same thing you've been doing for years now, dropping games you can't afford to drop.
Yeah. And
that Cincinnati game was Joe Burrow was out.
Yep.
Pittsburgh was a decided favorite. They played poorly, like they remember the year before in Cleveland. Same thing. I said, you've got to take advantage of the wins you can get, because if Baltimore gets healthy, you're back in a dogfight. Well, guess what? And Baltimore, who I thought would come racing back and just totally bypass them, they've got their own issues.
Yes, they do.
Lamar Jackson is not healthy. It's that simple. Look, we had 2 of their games, Joe, so I'm saying this with eyes on him in person. He is playing with heart. He is playing with toughness, but he's not playing with Lamar Jackson 100%. Not when you say 100%, you know what I'm saying, with the health to be able to do the things that he does. Joe, he's gotten run down in the last 2 games by defensive linemen.
Yeah, he can't run. He doesn't want to run. I could tell he's not himself. Yeah,
he doesn't want to. He's beat up.
Yeah.
But I will give him credit for having the heart and the toughness. The issue is, though, can he truly just beat you from the pocket? I don't think he's ever been that type of quarterback, and I don't think this season there's enough time to develop that part of the game that's going to make it work for him and the rest of his guys, because his receivers aren't really built to beat you from while he's in the pocket. They're built to beat you off of the scramble, the second reaction move, and those sorts of deals. Them just winning one-on-one by themselves, I think it's essentially Zay Flowers and no one else.
Hey, Charles, before I let you go, I got to put you on the spot. Dolphins got the Jets this week, got a good chance to go 6-7 after a terrible 1-6 start. Any shot that everybody comes back and they could still be in this thing as a wild card?
Who do you finish with?
Let's go Pittsburgh. We got Cincinnati at home, Tampa Bay at home, and New England on the road.
Yeah, no. The answer is no to me.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I think the Jets this week, yes. Pittsburgh is definitely within reach because of their struggles. And Pittsburgh will be coming off of Baltimore, which you and I both know is a blood feud. So people get hit in that game now.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
But your finisher, hate your finisher, because I don't see them getting any of those 3 teams if those teams have something to play for. So we'll see how it works out. But I just don't see it. But I like what they've done getting off the deck. I like the heart they've shown. I like all of those things. I just think it's too much to ask.
Charles, that's a good way to leave it right there, brother. Thank you so much, man. This NFL's AFC is going to be a blast to watch over the next month and a half. Thank you.
An absolute blast, and we don't know who the Super Bowl team is. If you think you know, I don't think you do. We'll see.
Charles, thank you, brother.
Take care, Joe.
All right, Charles Davis, NFL on CBS. Got the Denver Raiders game this week. Hey, Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and Low T, let's get rid of it for the holiday season. You got it. It's okay, man. Every guy's got low T. Question is when it gets real bad and starts to affect your life, as in tired all the time, no energy level, in a fog. A lot of little things, sometimes almost little depression kicks in there. And you're going, what's going on, man? Things are good in my life. Why am I like this? And it happens to guys in their 40s and 50s and 60s. It's going to happen. And, of course, ED follows. And I don't know about you, but, you know, no sex drive, nothing happening in the bedroom. And all of a sudden you just think it's normal. And I don't know, man, I wanted to do something about it. I had ED and low T, and I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic. I did. I sat down, I got the testing done, the PSA test. I met with their professional staff. They put me on a program, and quickly, man, things turn around for you. Energy level back up, so I felt like working out again, and my energy was good on the weekends. I enjoy my wife and doing things. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you. This holiday season, the best gift you can give is Atlantic Men's Clinic, about somebody you care that you know might be going through low T and ED. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Set up that first appointment, 877-455-7300, or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com.
WQAM broadcasting live from
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the price seats or lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Panthers, who fell to the Leafs 4-1. The Cats will look to bounce back when they host Nashville tomorrow night. Over to hoops, the Hurricanes beat Ole Miss by a final of 75-66. Miami will now return home to take on Southern Miss on Saturday. And tonight, the Heat will be in Dallas, take on the Mavs. Tip-off is at 8:30, and the game can be heard here on WQAM. Finally, in college football, the playoff poll was released last night. Miami came in at 12, behind BYU at 11, and Notre Dame at 10. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
At number 12, one spot ahead of the Longhorns, the Miami Hurricanes. Now, we wondered if there would be course correction, that Miami would get a little closer to Notre Dame. That hasn't happened. So the Hurricanes sitting there at 12.
And Mario Cristobal at Miami got to be feeling like, oh, here we go again. Deja vu, 10-2 again, and we're going to get left out, especially with the win over Notre Dame, who everybody loves, including this committee. I still think at some point they're going to do the right thing, and if Notre Dame is up for a playoff spot, Miami should be over them based on what happened on the field.
Okay, here's a really important factor, too, because you're still honoring head-to-head between Alabama and Oklahoma with the Sooners being up, but it has not carried the day for Miami and Notre Dame. Neither Miami nor Notre Dame play anymore. Among the teams who are finished playing, do not play this week, can their order flip next Sunday in the final rankings, or is the order for the teams whose hay is in the barn, whose resume is complete, are they set in terms of where they are relative to one another?
Great question, Reese. The management committee during the offseason provided some clarification to some comments that were made last year. And indeed, idle teams can move following the results of the championship games and how they impact the teams that are around those that play in the championship game, and data such as strength of schedule, teams that may be idle. So yes, teams that are idle can move up or down.
So we're not set with Miami definitively being behind Notre Dame no matter what. Is that fair to say?
Reese, following the championship games, we will re-rank the top 25 teams, and we'll see where they fall.
I'm going to take that as the Canes still have a chance.
I don't know, man. I wasn't feeling real good about that one. Stuck at 12 again. Notre Dame 10, and now I got to sit and watch BYU and Texas Tech and Georgia and Alabama play in conference championship games. And by the way, no guarantee after those teams play each other that you're in. I'll tell you who is in: Notre Dame. Notre Dame's not sitting up there sweating. They're going to be in. They're getting in.
I don't think they're guaranteed to get in, but I would be stunned if Miami jumped them.
Boy,
that would be the most.
They're so busy when they talk about Notre Dame and the winning streak that they've had and the way they've beaten everybody since their losses early in the year. They never talk about their losses. And all they do is hear about Miami's 2 losses. It's just
I just don't see how at this point.
No, you're on the outside looking in, and it doesn't feel good.
It looks like Miami's going to be the first team out of this thing, which is crazy. Couldn't catch one more break.
You know what, Woody? It's like you got inside the gate, but you couldn't get inside the house. It's
and
like
the difference
you get
between,
to kind of watch through the window what's going on, but you can't get inside.
Look at the difference between getting in the playoff and I don't know what's the next tier bowl game? Something in Orlando or Tampa or
the letdown. Woody, I've been trying to stay away from it. The letdown.
That stings, man.
The letdown. And by the way, the other part of it is now the guys start talking to marketing guys and their agents and saying, hey,
guys will drop out.
Well,
they should.
You got 3 guys probably going to go in the first round.
Yeah, those guys shouldn't play.
Hey, man, I gave everything. If we're in the – and they would. Knowing one of those guys really well, in Reuben Bain, who's just had a great career.
Look, it's flat out better for Miami's business that these guys get drafted high, right?
It is,
but
but
risk them getting hurt in the the Gator Bowl or whatever. I don't know where they end up, but
and now the question is, what other guys? Let me ask you: does your quarterback stay around for the Orlando Bowl?
I would think so. I would think Carson would play.
Okay,
he's like from what I was looking at, Joe, and again, I'm not a quarterback evaluator, but he might be like a second day type guy. So I don't see what he would necessarily have to lose by playing. But if you're getting drafted in the first couple of rounds.
So I'll give you one. Does Maui Noah play at right tackle?
No, I wouldn't think so. Would you?
No.
If you were his dad, would you say, hey, you get out there and you play with your team one more game?
No. Those days are done.
They are done.
Well, if you're by the way,
done.
If you're considered to be a top 3 tackle or number 1 guard, according to, by the way, it's great for him because they're looking for guys who can do both.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? I mean,
look, God forbid the guy, his
somebody roll up on him,
or something like. I mean, like you can't risk that.
There's no way. I'm with you on that. And now What about the guys that haven't been happy?
The disgruntled?
The disgruntled are gone.
I don't think they play in the bowl game either, the disgruntled.
So anyway,
if you have plans that you know you're leaving, I don't think you're playing, right? Because won't you be just about gone by that point with the way that this calendar works?
I will just tell you this. On the other side of this, Mario wants to play that game because he wants all his young guys to get a chance. Now, all of a sudden, those backup pass rushers who are playing a lot, they get to be frontline guys. Some of your younger receivers,
hey, man, it's still good to win that game. Whatever game it is, they're not going to play some pushover team. Like, it is good to win.
It's just not the same. No. The jump now from that college football playoff and getting to play in one of those games where everybody's going to play. If you're the number one pick overall, you're going to play in that game.
Well, since the thing expanded, I mean, it really has watered down that ball field. But
you're not those other bowl games. I mean, there's a place for them. I don't want to kill the bowl games. I don't.
Is there though?
Yeah, for the reason I'm talking about.
There's a lot of them.
I'll tell you what. Well, I don't know about all of them.
There's a lot of low-end bowl games.
We'll ask.
We're letting every 6-win team get in.
We may get Mario on after the recruiting period this week.
I'm sure he's going to be fired up about it.
He's going to want his guys. He say, "Hey, man, this is good practice for us. Get a chance to play some young guys, and their offensive line's getting wiped out."
The real question, I think this will be interesting to ask, Dan Radakovich, who's coming on the 8:00 hour, is what do you do about scheduling moving forward here? If you find out that they're not going to take their game with Notre Dame head-to-head into account.
They're playing Notre Dame next year. So
I know, but what's the point? Like, what's the point of continuing to schedule these games in the future is what I'm saying. Like, if they're not going to count it, essentially, then what are we doing? Why not just schedule – we were talking about this last night during a basketball game. Why not schedule, the bottom feeder teams of the MAC and Conference USA?
So you know what people are going to say? You want? I can answer.
I know that those games are good for business. I know they're exciting.
No. Okay, you tried to get it. I wasn't going to say that. I knew you thought I was going to say that.
All right, what are you going to say?
I'm going to say have a better job in your conference.
But wouldn't you
win your games?
But you would have been healthier heading into conference play. Is my point. You played a very tough non-conference schedule.
Okay,
right. You ended up banged up. The bye weeks were screwy this year.
You think they lost? Wait a sec. Are you saying they lost to SMU and Louisville because they were banged up?
I think it's played a role.
Oh, get out of here.
I think it played a role in those games.
Out of here. That's weak.
You don't think that played any role in those games?
That's weak. Did I say the F word?
I think you did.
That's weak.
Well,
that's not why they lost.
Okay, well, that's.
And by the way, they didn't lose to SMU because they were injured. Penalties and turnovers.
I know the play.
Okay,
but that stuff played a role.
But you coming out with that? Well, don't come out with some weak sauce.
My point is, why are you scheduling these games if they are going to have no impact? That's my point. Like, all right, throw the injury thing out. If you played, Miami, Ohio, and Southern Miss, and all these, play a bunch of crap teams going into conference play.
Oh, Woody,
then. Hey, make the SMU game your Super Bowl instead of Notre Dame game. I don't know about you,
but I think most Canes fans, I can't speak for all of them.
I think
especially
most
if they're
Canes
salty,
fans today want to be in the playoff.
Canes fans are going to go, you know what? I enjoyed kicking Notre Dame's ass at the Hard Rock Stadium. You know what? Having the Gators down there and beating them up the way we did, we like that. That was good.
I think a lot of Canes fans today would like to be in the playoff.
Well, you're just all right. I'm not surprised. Your take, I'm not surprised.
No, hey, man,
I just disagree.
So you think they should keep scheduling all these big teams in the non-conference, even though they're not going to count the head-to-head?
Well, I know Mario wants to keep playing Florida. He wants Florida on the schedule.
No, Florida's
every year.
not. They're never going to play Florida again. That'll never happen.
Okay.
That one's done. Florida's done.
You're going to an extra conference game now. I do know that.
Yeah, Florida's done. They're not going to be on the schedule.
Going to 9 ACC games. I don't know, man. I get it. I mean, I understand Duke tried to do it. It backfired on them. Although maybe it didn't backfire if they win this
schedule
game.
Like Ohio State. Ohio State played Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did.
First
game
was
of the
ranked,
year.
Though. Weren't they ranked 2 or something to start the season? Was that 1-2? That game?
That guy's
2-3 or something.
That guy's whining too. That's weak whining right there in Texas. Weak. Then trying to take a little jab at Miami. All right. Hey, maybe you're right. Maybe Canes fans out there going, just give us FAMU and who else we get in there? Maybe we'll get a FAU or FIU on the schedule. Hell, we'll just save money. Just do it here.
I'm just frustrated right now because if you have the two teams right next to each other in the final poll,
Please don't throw out that they were injured.
all right, but you have the
don't do
teams
that.
right next to each other in the
Weak.
final poll. They played each other. They played each other head to head. And you're going to say it doesn't matter enough to move Miami ahead of them.
All right.
Then what are we doing?
All right, but can you leave the other stuff when you make your points and
No injuries, no.
They're injured a couple games here in the final four. Didn't seem to affect them.
No, they got healthy towards the end. They're trending up.
All right. Way to watch your team. Hey, we got to go to break here, man. We got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. Dan Radakovich will join us
company
early
man?
8 o'clock. All right, boy, you are company.
Oh, come on,
streamer.
man. They were saying that
We're
during those
injured.
losses. They
Stop.
they said they were banged up.
Nobody
I
said.
didn't just invent that this morning.
Yeah, you did. You tried to throw in. Like, you think you're
was
going
a
to have
little bit
all
of a
your guys
factor.
for every game? Get out of here. That's not why they lost to SMU. That's not why they lost to Louisville, because they were injured. They had depth on this team. They were fine. That's weak. But you use it.
The point
you
is,
use it, and you and I know I started saying name if somebody would agree with you. Hey, right now I want to talk to you about something that's a lot more important here. Besides, hey Woody, keep your thoughts though, there, man. You are on it today, brother. You are on it today. Just stick to the Notre Dame Miami thing. That's all. Stick to that. You're fine. Hey, if you're a business owner out there, man, you're feeling the stress, the headaches, and you're just tired of being tired every friggin' day. And I know you go home at night and you say to the wife, man, I got to get out of this. It's been good for our family. It's great. It's just time to sell. Well, I got the guy for you to help get the whole process started and get it done for you. The main man, Anthony Caliendo at the Business Broker Experts, the best business broker in the entire state of Florida. He doesn't just to sell, and that's what makes him the best. Florida is booming right now. New Yorkers are coming down right and left, man. A lot of them going to Palm Beach. And they're looking to buy businesses just like yours. Doesn't matter what size, doesn't matter how specialized. They're looking for good businesses like you, and all the time and effort and sweat you put into yours. I think you deserve to get top dollar for it, and so does Anthony. He's got a great exit strategy on the most important investment you have, something, and that's your business. Hey, he's got a Biz Exit Expert Advisor program. Listen to this. He can help you increase your business value by up to 71% or more before you even list it for sale. The main man, Anthony Caliendo, is ready to make it happen. Dial 1-800-THE-MAIN-MAN. That's 1-800 the main man. Talk to him directly, the main man. He'll flip your biz and cash you out big. 1-800 the main man.
WQA.
is clear in the high to mid 70s, give or take, where you are, and no rain in the forecast. Before we get back to the show, Joe, look at this. Something's coming in.
No way you found it.
We're getting some.
You had to go. What'd you have to go to an old law firm? Still using them?
So we got some letters of intent. They still calling it that here this morning. So let's go. You want to go?
They're
through,
1-year contracts now, Woody. That's
okay.
all they are. 1-year,
whatever they're
contracts.
called these days.
Yeah.
We got DeAnthony Lafayette. These are all signees for the Hurricanes here on National Signing Day. Defensive lineman from Lake Nona, Florida.
Okay.
We got Logan Nagel. He is a defensive lineman from Franklin Lakes, New Jersey.
Okay.
We got Camden Portis. He is a defensive back from Charlotte.
Clinton Portis' son.
Excellent. Very cool. Brody Jennings. He is a defensive back from Jacksonville.
Wow. Okay.
Jalen Waters, a defensive back from St. Pete.
Hit the northern part of the state here pretty good. Keep going.
Joel Irvin, an offensive lineman from Fort Myers.
Okay.
Javian Mallory, a running back from Boynton Beach out of West Boca.
Yeah, West Boca High School. Big, strong guy.
Darion Coleman, a quarterback from Orlando.
Okay. All right.
And that's what we got for you so far here, Joe. We'll keep you up to date as these faxes come in.
Jackson Cantwell. Let's make sure he comes in. Big right tackle. Big left. Yeah, going to be a right tackle. I had to think about that for a second.
Cannot confirm or deny that one yet.
5-star.
Stand by.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, it is weird. It's National Signing Day, and there is no buzz in the country. I mean, the guys still do it for a living, are still covering it. And you know who looks like they got the number one class? Because nobody's making a big deal about it, really.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a huge deal. I
have no idea.
Nick Saban's up there. USC.
Don't they? They're okay, I guess, right? They were ranked
They're all
for a
right.
minute there.
So they actually haven't been able to keep a lot of their guys home. And they got like 22 million people in that one little area down there in Los Angeles area. And they have struggled to get California kids that want to play for USC.
They haven't been good in a long time, right? Remember they had like the Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush thing, but
don't you feel
that
like
was a long time ago?
Remember when this guy left Oklahoma and everybody's like, man, he is gonna.
Yeah,
it just
didn't work out. Huh?
Hasn't happened yet. Hasn't happened.
I don't know what the deal is at USC, but they've been.
I'll tell you what.
Mediocre.
I know what the deal is. They're watching their big brothers up north dominate Oregon right now. That's what they're watching. Anyway,
the Oregon thing is pretty crazy that they're able to do so well over there out in the middle of nowhere. But I know that Nike money is good, so
it's strong. Strong. If you're going to have one guy running the show,
pretty
not
good.
a bad way to go, since everybody has a little bit of that Nike stuff, and the kids love it. And throw a little Michael Jordan pair of shoes in there, and man, you're off and running, man. Good stuff. Hey, by the way, real quickly too, the first team all ACC. Really, no surprise if I was to tell you this, but Malachi Toney, true freshman, Akeem Mesidor, Ruben Bain, and Francis Maui Noah, all first team all CC guys. A lot of guys on the second team as well, but the big guys right there, wanted to give them a big congratulations with everything that's going on. We've got all kinds of news going on here. Dolphins got a chance by beating the Jets, who have won, what have they won? Like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 so far, but you got to win that game, man. You got to win that game and get to 6-7, and then we'll see what happens, because you're going to step up in competition, but you got to go up there and win that game first. So they're back to work this morning, getting ready for that game. And then, man, we got some great college football games. We had Charles Davis on earlier talking about some of those games that we have. You talk about really good. I never thought I'd say this. Cincinnati's 4-8, and they're alive. They are alive because right now Baltimore and Pitt in the AFC North are tied, both 6-6.
Doesn't it feel like everyone's alive
A lot of
right
teams.
now for the most part? Like, I know there's some crap at the bottom, but hell, even the Dolphins are alive.
Oh, Dolphins win this game and somehow win on Monday night in Pittsburgh. They come home 500 after.
Can you imagine they finish with a winning record?
Be unbelievable. It really
A lot
would.
of people
I don't
took
care.
the under on wins this year are sweating right now.
Yeah, they
were feeling good for a while there.
So anyway, you've got the Colts who have just fallen apart. Going to Jacksonville. Jacksonville actually has passed them in tiebreakers. They're actually leading with their 8-4 right now in the AFC South. And then the other game, I'm really curious to see, because this is about it for the Chiefs. Chiefs can't lose another game. That Texans 7-5 going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs at 6-6. So a lot of really good games. Cincinnati, by the way, at Buffalo with a Burrow-Allen matchup for that game. So anyway, plenty of really good games. That's just the AFC games. Got some great NFC games as well, and all those things. Anyway, we've got all that. And on top of everything else, now the Canes are sitting back. I'm not going to get caught up just sitting watching games to see what's going to happen in BYU and Texas Tech and Georgia and Alabama, because that's basically where the Canes are. Hoping that Bama gets a third loss, and then are they going to drop them? I still think they probably keep them in.
I don't think any of that stuff's going to have an impact on Miami. I think the impact will be BYU getting beat up again, right? They're 12.5-point dogs to a team that already crushed them. And then if they end up ranked next to Notre Dame, is it enough, man?
I don't know.
know.
Well, that is the second game. BYU, Texas Tech, Georgia, Bama.
That's the
two.
one, though, right?
Well, they're
not going to drop Bama.
The guy said the same group right now, Bama, BYU, Notre Dame, and Miami. And I'm just going by what he said last night. He said, we consider them to be in the same group. Bama, BYU, Notre Dame, and Miami.
I do think it's a little harsh to drop teams that lose in conference championship games when teams are sitting idle. Like that to me is a little rough. But here's the thing. If BYU loses again to that team, why would you throw them in the playoff? Because you know they're just going to get beat up. Like, what would be the reasoning there?
How about Alabama?
I bet all we want is good teams and close games, right?
How about Alabama with 3 losses, including losing to Florida State?
I know, but they're Alabama, man. You know that.
Anyway,
Joe,
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Uh-oh. What do you got for me coming in? Where'd you find that damn thing?
we got to go back into the 80s.
Oh, you know what? I think Lynn brought it in yesterday.
Why? Because he's an old school guy?
Yeah, he's an old school guy. Still likes the fax machine.
All right, don't take any shots today. I don't want that. You got called in, so we don't want that to go.
As long as I'm not
for you.
cursing, and that was not an F word. I almost said it.
Right, whatever it was.
Get him out of
Dump
here.
Un's working these days.
Get them out of here.
Keyshawn Stansel.
Yeah.
He is a defensive lineman from Clayton, North Carolina. And I hope I'm saying this guy's name right here.
Are you sure it's not Keyshawn Stansel? Is that what you said?
Keyshawn Stansel. Is that what I said? I think that's what I said.
Yeah,
no?
go ahead. Defensive tackle.
This guy's name is Rice Woodrow. RHYS. I think it's Rice Woodrow. He is a big fellow, offensive lineman from Orlando. And then we got another J.J. Sparks, offensive lineman from Jacksonville. You noticing a trend here?
Yeah, he likes big guys.
Yeah.
He said, I can build. I can find the skill guys. I got to get the big guys.
Yeah.
I got to build that thing back up.
We might have the best offensive line coach in the land here. So,
hey, can I give you like one guy that we got to keep our eye on? One guy.
Okay, please do.
On the defensive line. Hope he comes back one more year. Moten out of Cardinal Gibbons. I hope he comes back one more year. He played really well the last couple games. And you know how this thing works, right? You start playing well and the old family says, hey, man, you're ready. You're ready for the NFL. And then you find an agent and you go, oh, yeah, you're ready for the NFL. Hey, be careful, man. Be careful.
You know, that draft day slide.
How about staying one more year? I don't know. That was selfish on my part, probably. All right, Woody.
I just got hit with about 10 more names. We'll get them on the other side here.
That sounds good. That sounds good. They're all coming in. By the way, they seem to feel real comfortable with the guys that committed. Weren't going to – remember the old days? There was always one or two. We're sitting around waiting for 2 or 3 guys, and they're going to go on these national shows today and tease you or call a big press conference. These young kids know how to play the game now. Now, all right, and they got the 5 hats, and you're one of the 5. And the guy's moving it around
anymore.
I don't know. I'm curious to see if we see that today.
Remember they used to have all the people that show up at the TV cameras, and it'd be a whole
you get a call here in town like, hey,
Yeah.
if you're able to make it, we'd love to have you out here. He's going to make his big decision today, and it's between bang, bang, and bang. All right. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Hey, I want to tell you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage for just a second. Got an amazing offer. It's called the Hometown Heroes Program. He's helping first responders such as law enforcement, healthcare professionals, educators, firefighters, and military vets with up to $35,000 in closing costs and down payment assistance with low fixed rates and no prepaid penalties. All right, if this sounds like you might fit in this category, give Michael a call on a cell phone or text him 561-441-2730. It's 561-441-2730. And learn more about the Hometown Heroes program. I can tell you one thing about Michael Kotze and his 30 years of experience. It's about getting you a mortgage. It's about getting you the lowest rates, whether it has to do with getting that first home or debt consolidation or an investment property. Hey, you want to get it done quickly, and that's what Michael Kotze does. He works 7 days a week. You can call or text him 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change. Daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
Today's It's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody. Before 8 o'clock hour, we got Dan Radakovich, University of Miami Athletic Director, going to join us. What do you have for us today? Oh, listen to that. I can't believe you found it.
I can't believe we're doing this tradition, though, right? To play this and do the whole National Signing Day thing.
I didn't realize you had to go to Conan Judah to get it. Gary and Harvey.
Yeah. Well, the office.
They're old school guys, and
I
they
think
have
we
them.
a fax machine here. Offices still have fax machines.
Do they?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I
I think
that was totally outdated. Somebody that works in a professional.
I think we
business.
have one here.
You don't have one.
Yeah, we probably do.
I like that sound though. Go ahead.
When was the last time you were out in that other half of the building?
Not
You will
very-
be today.
Not very often.
All right, let me get
Turkey.
you some of these.
You're always trying to stir it up.
John Tavius Wyman, a defensive back from Atlanta, Georgia.
Boy, he's got guys from all over. Man, good for him.
Cortez Redding, another defensive back from Atlanta.
Okay.
Same high school, by the way. Jonesboro. Both of those guys from the same high school.
Okay.
Justin J.J. Edwards, linebacker from Orlando, Edgewater.
Okay.
Ben Congdon. He is an offensive lineman from Zorville, Ohio.
Getting the big fellas.
Another big guy. I'm losing count here, but there's a lot of offensive linemen that have been.
I think they're getting cleaned out this year.
Far. You think Miami's just taking them all?
They got a lot of guys. Hey, we're not even sure about Bell at left tackle. He might leave on potential.
Well,
His ass needs to come back another year, but they don't grow him 6'9", 340 like that.
You're no lineman. It's an attractive destination.
All right.
No question. All right, Joe. This was very unusual. The Clippers sent Chris Paul home from his road trip, the Clippers road trip, saying he's no longer on the team. Paul posted on Instagram at 3 a.m. Eastern.
God. This is weird. I didn't hear this one.
I don't know. Maybe they woke him up and told him he was going home, but they said at 3 a.m. Eastern, he posted on Instagram that he had just learned he was being sent home to L.A. from Atlanta, where the Clippers will play the Hawks today.
And they said, we won't need your services anymore.
Shortly afterward, Lawrence Frank texted a statement to ESPN confirming that Paul is no longer on the team. So we're parting ways with Chris. He will no longer be on the team.
I saw he said this is going to be his last year. That came out a week or two ago that this is going to be it.
That's rough, man.
I'm guessing he got himself in shape. He's going to go play for somebody. You want to guess where he might go?
Chris Paul?
Yeah.
Where will he go?
Doesn't he stay in L.A. and just try to jump on the Lakers?
That's possible.
Yeah.
He's buddies with LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's big in the fraternity. He's like the head of the or was. I don't know.
He was
the head of the players thing.
Yeah.
Says it's the second time the Clippers have had a difficult and abrupt ending with one of their all-time star players. On July 2017, Blake Griffin signed a 5-year, $171 million deal with the Clippers, but was traded to the Pistons later that season. Yeah. The team decided to go in a different direction.
How do you do that? Like, talk about,
I don't know.
They call it, I guess that's officially a bad contract. Go ahead.
All right, Joe, November card grading has dipped following a record month. We still did pretty well, though, for the month here. Trading card grading declined by 17% in November. Grading activity totaled 2.23 million cards in November. There were 2.7 in October. November's total still a 35% increase year over year. What?
It's economy proof, man. You just like people.
Well,
they're in that business, man.
Either that or people are going into debt. I don't know.
Card business.
I don't know where all the money's coming from.
Woody, I don't know if it's because you started doing this. It just seems like, and now I got more people going, hey, I got this card. And I go, oh, great, man. Yeah, that guy you work with, man, he's got there. Somebody, by the way, somebody asked me recently at Thanksgiving that heard you talking about cards, if you had a lot of real expensive cards. And I said, I really don't know, but I said he knows the value of every one of them.
Nothing.
Well, what's the most expensive card you might have?
That's a personal question.
All right.
How much is your house worth, Joe?
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
That's fair.
Let me continue on with the story here.
Not enough to answer your question.
Any idea who the most graded athlete in November would be? Nearly 20,000 cards.
No idea.
Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Still the number one guy.
It's amazing. Like nobody. How old is Michael Jordan now? He's as hot now as he's ever been, and nobody ever sees him.
Most graded, I guess not a person necessarily, but the most graded card was Pikachu. 170,000. You know who Pikachu is?
No.
From Pokemon.
Oh,
It's like the main guy.
oh, that's your
Character.
I do
something or
do
other.
know my grandson has them because he was
Pokemon very, very
explaining
popular.
it to me, and I was trying to act like I was interested.
You want to see a weird scene? I took my son one morning to a GameStop to get Pokemon cards, and there were a lot of guys out there, just no kids, just older than me.
Does that bother you, Woody? Is that kind of a weird one? Like, hey, man,
It's unusual.
Pokemon cards for grown-ups? Come on, man. Where's your kid? At least have the kid. And if you don't have a kid, grab somebody else's kid and bring them there, just so it looks better.
Kind of on the same subject. I noticed a lot of couples at the Disney Christmas party we went to.
You saw what?
A lot of couples at the Disney Christmas party. Like, married couples.
Yeah?
No kids, just the couples.
Okay.
So
Got the grandparents to take care of the kids and going and getting away and enjoying themselves. That's all right.
all right, fair enough.
You need a break from the kids, man. You need a break.
So you go to Disney World to be surrounded by kids?
Yeah, but maybe you go by yourself. Grown-ups have fun there too.
Okay. And finally, Joe,
I'd like to see you try to do that without Leon, and he knows you're going there. That wouldn't go over real big.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the kids off so I can go stand in line for an hour to go on a 30-second, ride made for 5-year-olds. All right. Finally, Joe, San Francisco's beloved albino alligator Claude has passed away at the age of 30.
Okay.
That's all I got for you.
All right. I mean, it was okay today.
That's all I got for you.
I mean, it was okay. It wasn't your best, but it was okay. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Hey, we got 8 o'clock hour.
Solana tells me he found a Pokemon card that's worth $750.
He just found it. Like what? He just happened to go home one day and
Well, he went out to that card show too that I went to, and he said he went back. He found all of his Pokemon cards. He went and checked his value. He says he's got one $750. And if he's still listening,
how long has the Pokemon been around?
I'd like to offer him $200 for his card.
No,
If he's still
seriously.
listening.
That's
how long has Pokemon been around?
Yeah.
20. I want to say 88
Wow.
off the top of my head,
Wow.
because we do have one of the original year Charizard cards.
That's amazing.
Forced into buying. Not my thing, Pokemon.
You know, it's
Obviously.
crazy. Like, so I have football cards mostly, and I just like having my teammates. Like, is that weird? I don't know what the cards are even worth. I just like having the guys. Hey,
You want to bring them in? I'll go through them for you.
all right. You know what? You did say you would do that for me. I got to take you up on that. Hey, right now, I want to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. It's a holiday season. You're starting to look around for a new SUV, maybe a truck. Well, I'll tell you what, man, it's never looked better than right now. Feel better and got great deals at your South Florida Chevy dealers, from a Suburban and a Tahoe down to the Traverse. Boy, you can go down to the Equinox. Boy, I'm telling you right now, midsize or full size, whatever you're looking for the family. Boy, I'll tell you what, even downsizing a little bit, you don't need as much space. And right over to trucks, the durable Colorado to the Silverado 1500 to a Silverado HD, just legendary horsepower and really the hardest working beds in the business. So whether it's a midsize, full size, or heavy duty truck or an SUV, man, I'm telling you right now, if you're starting to look around, and make sure you stop by your South Florida Chevy dealer. We got 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. There's a great deal waiting for you. There really is. We got great deals going on this holiday season for you. And, hey, see your South Florida Chevy dealer today for outstanding offers going on right now.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the price. See through our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Starting with the Panthers, who fell to the Leafs 4-1. Cats will look to bounce back when they host Nashville tomorrow night. Over to hoops, the Hurricanes beat Ole Miss by a final of 75-66. Miami now return home to take on Southern Miss on Saturday. And tonight, the Heat will be in Dallas for a matchup with the Mavs. Tip-off is at 8:30, and the game can be heard right here on WQIM. Finally, in college football, the playoff poll was released last night. Miami came in at 12, behind BYU at 11, and Notre Dame at 10. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
At number 12, one spot ahead of the Longhorns, the Miami Hurricanes. Now, we wondered if there would be course correction, that Miami would get a little closer to Notre Dame. That hasn't happened. So the Hurricanes sitting there at 12.
And Mario Cristobal at Miami got to be feeling like, oh, here we go again. Deja vu, 10-2 again, and we're going to get left out, especially with the win over Notre Dame, who everybody loves, including this committee. I still think at some point they're going to do the right thing, and if Notre Dame is up for a playoff spot, Miami should be over them based on what happened on the field.
Okay, here's a really important factor, too, because you're still honoring head-to-head between Alabama and Oklahoma with the Sooners being up, but it has not carried the day for Miami and Notre Dame. Neither Miami nor Notre Dame play anymore. Among the teams who are finished playing, do not play this week, can their order flip next Sunday in the final rankings, or is the order for the teams whose hay is in the barn, whose resume is complete, are they set in terms of where they are relative to one another?
Great question, Reese. The management committee during the offseason provided some clarification to some comments that were made last year. And indeed, idle teams can move following the results of the championship games and how they impact the teams that are around those that play in the championship game, and data such as strength of schedule, teams that may be idle. So yes, teams that are idle can move up or down.
So we're not set with Miami definitively being behind Notre Dame no matter what. Is that fair to say?
Reese, following the championship games, we will re-rank the top 25 teams, and we'll see where they fall.
I'm going to take that as the Canes still have a chance.
I don't know. I didn't get a real good feel. I don't know what you were hearing. Outside looking in, man. Outside. You got in the front gate, but you can't get in the front door, man. And you're looking through the window, and you're seeing everybody else opening presents, and you're not.
Yeah, good thing there's no SEC bias.
So
guy running the whole deal over there.
I don't know. Do you know what the committee's titles are? They mostly athletic directors from different schools?
I believe there's a lot of athletic directors. I know
Well,
that
why?
guy happens to be the AD of Arkansas.
Why would you have an athletic director who has an affiliation at Arkansas with the SEC? And by the way, they don't need any help. They're going to get 5 teams in. 5 friggin' teams. Oh, by the way, that's what they asked for, 5 of the 12, when they're going to agree with this thing. It's, I mean, you need former ADs, you need people with, former coaches to take a look at things. I don't know what
so
the
this is
makeup
what I'm seeing here, Joe. You got this guy Chris Ault, who coached a long time. He's a former coach. You got a guy
That's good.
Troy Dannon. He's a AD at Nebraska.
So he shouldn't be on there. There's no reason for an AD to be on there.
Another former coach, AD at Utah.
The AD at Utah's on there right now.
Another guy who was an AD for a long time at different Kansas, Arkansas. A writer, sports writer.
All right.
AD of Middle Tennessee State. Well, Middle Tennessee State.
Hey, man,
on the hunt.
if it's a respected writer who's been around college football.
AD at Miami of Ohio.
Okay.
AD at Virginia. Yeah, there's a lot of ADs on this thing. Yeah. And
I'm guessing
Check is the AD at Arkansas. So
yeah,
it's not a very good system, man.
Well,
it needs to be done away with.
Hey, Woody, can I just take it a step further though? Like the basketball tournament, like whoever gets left out, which is always funny to me because you're talking about 60s.
Yeah, of course.
Way down there, but you still got teams going,
teams.
wow, why are we not in a tournament?
Sure, you have the first 4 out, yes.
So
But here's the thing, though, Joe. When they do the NCAA tournament, they simply look at your resume. They don't look at, I feel like these guys are like, oh, that's why you got to run the score up, because they're looking at every little stupid thing. Just put the resumes together and see which one's better.
By the way,
If you put Miami and Notre Dame's resume side to side, you took away the logos. Which team do you think has a better resume?
yeah. I'm not disagreeing, Woody.
Well, which team do you think, Joe? I mean, Miami's got more quality wins. They have their losses are worse, yes.
So that's
fair.
that okay,
But that is fair.
So
but then
you
at the
know
end of
why
the day, Miami beat them though.
I know, and I agree with you.
So that should be, with all things being relatively equal, that should be the deciding factor.
Okay. And they're looking more at, I don't disagree, Woody.
At quality and time of losses, yes, I know.
Lose 2 out of 3 to SMU.
Mm-hmm.
How many losses does SMU end up with? 4? Louisville might have had 5. Between them, would they have 7, 8 losses?
Someone said the SEC doesn't need 5 of the 12. The SEC isn't the powerhouse it once was. Yeah, they're going to get 5 teams, and they're going to have half the playoff.
Well,
Damn
almost half, yeah. No, I'm. Hey, Woody,
that's fun.
Saw this coming, and by the way, the Big Ten's going to have 3. So
yeah,
there you have it. That just wipes out. We just ought to why don't we just stop all this and just go, all right, Big Ten, SEC, just have your own damn.
To me, the bigger outrage right now is the fact that Duke is playing in the conference championship game. That is the bigger outrage, because if Miami was playing Virginia this weekend, they'd smash them. You know that.
Yes.
On a neutral field,
right now,
they would crush
Right now,
Virginia.
there is no chance of Duke or Virginia beating the Canes.
No. That is the bigger disappointment.
And by the
outrage.
way, probably a blowout. Probably ugly. But what do we can sit here. Let me ask, how'd you feel when you heard all that? And what'd you think? You thought what I did.
Do I think they're getting in?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
That's how I feel. I said this. I've been saying this for days.
Because if you were going to rank them ahead of Notre Dame, you would have just done it now. Why would you wait till the last season and really fire up those fans? Could you imagine the outrage? I could already see the lawsuits flying. Right? I mean,
I don't.
If they move
we're going to
Miami
get
ahead of Notre
politicians.
Dame.
By the way, this is a great time for all the politicians that come
Yeah.
out. Governors.
Governor already did.
Mayors
The
of
governor of Florida
cities.
came out and said something already. Of course he's going to politic for his state.
You should.
Yes, he should. So I don't think it's going to make a difference, but if they move Miami ahead of Notre Dame in the final poll after neither team played,
Yeah.
there would be unbelievable outrage. It'd be
Woody,
very fun to watch.
Woody, I give a lot of these guys credit that have come out. EJ Manuel yesterday, ESPN College Football, said they beat them head to head. If you ask most of the guys that played NFL head to head.
So I wonder right now if those two teams matched up again. Let's say Miami played Notre Dame on a neutral field right now. What would the spread be on a game like that?
I think they'd have a good chance of beating them again.
Would Miami be favored slightly?
On a neutral field? Maybe.
I know it'd be on a campus,
close.
but let's just say
It'd be
for
close.
comparison's sake here. Pick'em game damn near, like.
Yeah, they're a lot of positions. Miami doesn't take a back seat to any of these big teams that are going to be in the party.
Someone said they should use the ESPN resume format, which takes in everything done by a computer, not the eyeball test. Yeah, you can't have and I'm not trying to throw these guys under the bus, but they're all 100 years old. You can't have these guys doing the eyeball test. It's just not a good system.
What are you saying? You want a bunch of young guys doing it because the old guys have a
No,
problem? This goes right
no.
back to you and old guys.
I'm not.
You got an
saying
old
that.
problem. You got a problem with your father? Seriously.
I
You always seem to
wouldn't
have a
want him
problem.
on the committee.
What experience doesn't?
I wouldn't want him on the playoff committee, but
I do agree with one thing. If you're an athletic director, you should not, an active
Yeah.
athletic director, you should not be on these committees.
I also don't think young people should be on. I think it should be simply your resume stacked up against the other team's resumes. You punch them in a computer, and then it spits out your rankings, and that's it. Done.
Okay.
Can't fight. You can't debate a computer.
Sometimes analytics you can debate from numbers that pop out.
If they put all that stuff in a computer and just spit it out, and you didn't have these guys making these crazy claims every single week, I think you'd be at peace with the situation at least.
Well, there's no doubt that they can't get off the fact that they lost those 2 games in 3 weeks. They can't, and they said they went from 18, and they did a great job to get back down in the party, but they're going to come up short, most likely. Most likely. That's going to end up being the issue. Hey, by the way, we've got Dan Radakovich, University of Miami Athletic Director. I wonder how he's going to like that when I said none of those guys, none of you guys should be on that committee. None of you guys. Because you're representing wherever you work, you're representing.
This goes back to the human bias. The eyeballs see what they want to see, man. You know that.
By the way, you know what the smart ones are? Notre Dame. They didn't join any conference. They don't have to worry about any of this stuff, right? They go, hey, we don't.
Nice and easy.
We can't get in it. We can't do that. No, we're good.
Someone said they tried the computer system as the BCS. Everyone hated that too. I think people hated the BCS also because it was just 2 teams that got in.
So you want 16 now?
No. I'm fine with 12. 12 is fine. I just don't want a group of people getting in a room who may or may not have seen all the games.
Woody, we're going to 16
picks.
real soon. I can see it.
Yeah.
16 coming next.
Well, that ought to fix the problem, right?
No, because somebody will still be.
Yeah, who's number 17 right now? Texas or something?
Right. All right. Yeah, it's so much and we got to stop calling the ACC one of the power conferences because they're not getting treated like one.
They are not getting. Well, when you have a 7-5 team in your conference,
that doesn't look good.
Game,
it's a bad look.
That, again, to me, is the most disappointing.
How about
part
they
of
upset Virginia in this game?
Oh, just chaos. You just want chaos.
And you're going, and the rest of them are looking, going, you're not letting that 5-loss Duke team. I mean, their basketball thing's one thing. You're not letting that football team in, are you, with 5 losses? All right, Woody.
I don't even know how much of an upset it would be, Joe.
What are they favored by?
I think it was a
Virginia.
pretty low spread there.
Oh, really?
3.5.
Oh,
Virginia's favored by 3.5. Not much of an upset there.
I guess there won't be a lot of people watching that game
Duke
anyway.
plus 140 on the money line if you want the chaos.
I see Duke in Florida played in basketball.
They did last night. It was a great game.
Great game.
One of the Boozer kid hit a big shot.
I love watching Duke. By the way, they all play each other early in the season in that sport. Of course, they're playing a lot more games. And
Miami's got a couple of big non-conference wins their last 2. Georgetown, Ole Miss.
Okay.
Blew them both out.
All right, Woody. And you happen to be working them. You and Josie
come around,
starting to get it going.
There,
Coach has got to go. We got to get him on here pretty soon. Right now, though, before we get to Dan Radakovich, University of Miami Athletic Director, we got to tell you about Beverly's Jewelers. Oh, my gosh, 30. I've been going there a long, long time. Heck, I've never gone anywhere else. But, boy, I'll tell you what, it's a great experience. I tell everybody during the holiday season and you need a gift, especially, let's talk about the diamond engagement ring. I got something, especially on the tight budget, that you still want to get that's really nice. Listen to this one. Get a stunning 3-carat certified lab-grown diamond, VVS Clarity, E-Color, set in a custom-made 14-karat gold engagement ring for just $3,999. You're going, what? What? Now, listen. I don't want you to think it's this out of Cracker Jack box. I want you to stop by Beverly's Jewelers and see it. It's unbelievable. It really is. 3-carat diamond ring for only $3,999. They have one in there. I was in there to get something for my wife for our 30th anniversary, and I got to tell you, it was gorgeous. Hey, you can choose from your favorite shape, and larger sizes are available at similar savings. But hurry, man! It's for a limited time only because they're going quickly. I mean, I had to ask him. He goes, "Oh no, they go fast." Hey, man, go in there for any of your shopping for the holiday season. Diamond studs, tennis bracelets, fine jewelry. Whatever it is you're looking for, earrings, a beautiful necklace, man, whatever you want to put on it. I'm just telling you, they got great stuff. And you can get with up to 70% off select pieces during their holiday sale. And if you need extra holiday cash, Beverly's pays top dollar for your old gold, silver, and jewelry with immediate payment. Enjoy interest-free financing, free gift wrapping, and a great staff to help you get exactly what you need within your budget. Visit Beverly's Jewelers in Fort Lauderdale, off Commercial Boulevard, or online at bevjewelers.com. You got to go to the store. Listen, nothing against bevjewelers.com. You got to go in and see it. It's really, really nice stuff. Beverly's Jewelers, where South Florida gets engaged.
Wondered if there would be course correction, that Miami would get a little closer to Notre Dame. That hasn't happened. So the Hurricanes sitting there at 12.
And Mario Cristobal at Miami got to be feeling like, oh, here we go again. Deja vu, 10-2 again, and we're going to get left out, especially with the win over Notre Dame, who everybody loves, including this committee. I still think at some point they're going to do the right thing. And if Notre Dame is up for a playoff spot, Miami should be over them based on what happened on the field.
Okay, here's a really important factor, too, because you're still honoring head-to-head between Alabama and Oklahoma with the Sooners being up. But it has not carried the day for Miami and Notre Dame. Neither Miami nor Notre Dame play anymore. Among the teams who are finished playing, do not play this week, can their order flip next Sunday in the final rankings? Or is the order for the teams whose hay is in the barn, whose resume is complete, are they set in terms of where they are relative to one another?
Great question, Reese. The management committee during the offseason provided some clarification to some comments that were made last year. And indeed, idle teams can move following the results of the championship games and how they impact the teams that are around those that play in the championship game, and data such as strength of schedule, teams that may be idle. So yes, teams that are idle can move up or down.
So we're not set with Miami definitively being behind Notre Dame no matter what. Is that fair to say?
Reese, following the championship games, we will re-rank the top 25 teams, and we'll see where they fall.
I'm going to take that as the Canes still have a chance.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody, let's go right to him. Dan Radakovich, University of Miami Athletic Director, nice enough to join us this morning. And Dan, as you're watching that last night, I know what my thoughts were. What were your thoughts as you hear the professionals saying, why are they not in? They beat Notre Dame head-to-head, period. There's nothing else left, and yet there's other stuff going on. What are your thoughts?
Well, Joe, thank you for having me on this morning. By the way, you just took my whole shtick, with that opening. I mean, Hunter and Reese's questions were absolutely perfect. Last year we had the circumstance where we were told that the conference championship games didn't mean anything. You were listed where you were listed. And we did make a little bit of noise about that. And the conference commissioners did get together in the spring, and as Hunter talked about, change that rule. So that's good. So we'll see what happens. Being at 12 right now, the catbird seat really is 10, because you're going to have either an ACC champion and a group of 6 team go in 11 and 12, or if Duke wins, maybe 2 group of 6 schools getting in those spots. So if BYU happens to stumble and is out, and we move up to number 11, then I think at that point in time the committee can look one-on-one with Miami and Notre Dame and look through all their metrics and variables, and certainly the head-to-head will come into play. I mean, every other head-to-head in this year's rankings, Georgia ahead of Ole Miss, Texas Tech ahead of BYU, Oklahoma ahead of Alabama, both Alabama and Texas ahead of Vanderbilt. All of those head-to-heads are being utilized. So maybe if we get up to number 11 and Notre Dame is at 10, maybe we get the benefit of the doubt at that point in time. So a little bit more football to play, but I think it does, as Reese said at the end there, give Miami a chance, and we're going to hold on to that.
Dan, everybody in the country, we had EJ Manuel on yesterday, everybody in the country saying Miami beat Notre Dame. They both have 2 losses. I don't care that they were early in the year. That's all that should matter. And yet they come back and they go, well, they've done a great job of getting from 18 back to 12, and they're in that small group now, with these teams, and we'll see what happens. It's just a little frustrating to hear that. And what do you say to people who go, Notre Dame always gets the benefit of the doubt? I know there's a lot of Catholics around this country. I'm one of them, but what do we do about that?
Well, I really don't know how to answer that one. I mean, that's, Notre Dame, we beat them on the field. I think it was a phenomenal game. They've come back and they've had a great season, as have we. It's the opinion of the 12 people in that room up to this point in time to keep Notre Dame ahead of us. I think that our loss to our overtime loss to SMU happened at a very inopportune time because that was right before the first rankings. I thought they put us way too low at 18, after that loss. And it's just taken, 4 incredible efforts by our football team, great decisive wins to get us back within a shouting distance of Notre Dame. And I think that's where we are right now. We'll see in the end if Notre Dame gets the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to say they'll get that at this point.
Hey, Dan, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but why do we have athletic directors? I know you've been one of them, but why are we having athletic directors that represent these different conferences? Like the guy's voice I just heard is athletic director at Arkansas. Why do we have those guys on the committee?
I think that the commissioners who pulled the college football playoff together wanted to have representatives of their conferences, their athletic directors from their conferences. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of athletic directors who played football. There's a lot of athletic directors who understand football. Mm-hmm. So I don't look at having athletic directors there totally as a negative. I also think that it's one of the most prestigious positions that anyone can get. And everyone that I've known that has been a part of that committee has just thrown themselves completely into understanding the metrics, watching games, being really committed to doing the best job possible. It's a hard job, Joe. I got to tell you, having been on the committee, it's not easy. But you really have to dedicate yourself to that. And if you do, more times than not, you're going to come up with the right solution. But you have athletic directors, you have former coaches, you have media members, you have ex-players. That's kind of that's how they've kind of set that all up.
Hey, Dan, so I got to ask you, because I get this too. So why are we playing the schedule of Florida and Notre Dame? Because you're not getting the benefit of the doubt the way you should later on. So why play them? I like having those games, by the way. I thought Florida and Notre Dame were great for business at Hard Rock Stadium. Personally, what's your take? And what do you tell people?
Well, listen, we're now moving to 9 games within the Atlantic Coast Conference. We're mandated to play another Power 4 game against, whether it's the Big Ten, SEC, Big 12 or Notre Dame, as the independent. Notre Dame has the scheduling relationship with us, and we'll be going up to South Bend next fall to play the back end of the game we just finished here at Hard Rock. So, I think it's a great game. We're going to have to play 10 Power 4 games anyway.
Okay.
So let's play against some teams that have great tradition, great history and tradition here at the University of Miami. So not playing Notre Dame is not really something that I would consider.
Okay. Hey, Dan, this team, now that we've had a chance, especially the way they played the last 4 weeks, and by the way, the last game on the road, and, everybody worried about cold weather and all that stuff, and they went out and just smashed Pitt. This team, and you match it up. I know you've done this, and you've done it with some of the other people in your organization there. It's hard for me to imagine they can't beat a lot of these teams, and they're not getting blown out by any of those teams. As good as the talent is on both sides of the football, which is played out. Hell, we got probably 3 first-round picks on this team and maybe the best freshman player in the country.
Well, I agree with everything you just said. These last 4 weeks have been the most complete the football team has played. Mario and his staff have done a phenomenal job. The players have bought in. They've never shown a second of quit. They just kept moving forward, doing the job that was in front of them and doing it incredibly well. So I would agree. I think that as we would stack up and play in the college football playoff, I don't know the city in the West with all the big shiny buildings, how they would, put the point spreads and things like that. But I would tell you that I really think we would have a great shot to line up against anybody and win a game.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3 or all of them.
Yeah. Listen, starting a quarterback, which is important. That kid's been really solid or really good most of the year. He really has. So, hey, Dan, the other part of the craziness, if you guys find out obviously there's a whole bunch of other bowls. Have you guys, is that already started too, as the backup plan, which could be reality, to find which bowl you guys might play in?
Well, that'll all start on Sunday, Joe. After the CFP is done, those conversations. I think that it's just based on history with the ACC. They don't like to send a team back to the same bowl 2 years in a row.
Okay.
So probably wouldn't go to Orlando. So that would bring San Diego and Jacksonville, the Holiday Bowl and Gator Bowl into play. Gator Bowl does have an SEC opponent, which would be, I think, kind of interesting. A lot of fun. Could be a Vanderbilt, could be a Tennessee, could be a Texas. So if that was the final destination, but we'll wait and see and what happens on Sunday, and then if early Sunday doesn't move our way, we'll move our attention to getting into the best bowl arrangement we can for our team and fans.
Hey, Dan, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about everything? Today's early National Signing Day, and there's no buzz, and there used to be the biggest buzz around this radio station. Everybody wanted to know where everybody was going, and Woody, play it for me one time. Will you play it? We used to hear this, and we used to get all excited. Oh, we got another commitment coming in, and now it's just there it is right there, Dan. That sound's coming in. It's a 4 or 5 star guy. I think this is and now it's so quiet. What's it been like for you on this early National Signing Day?
Exactly the same. I couldn't have said it better, Joe. There's so many things going on as it relates to college football. Now, down the hallway and across the way, the folks over in football, they've been working like crazy,
right,
to solidify this class, put them together. But there's only so much room in the media and the CFP and NIL and participation agreements, all the portal, all those things have just sucked the air out of National Signing Day, which is unfortunate. I think our calendar continues to need to be looked at, as it relates to that, not only the portal but National Signing Day, and we'll continue as a sport to look at those kind of things. Something's going to have to give along the way, because you've just had a circumstance where you've had a number of coaches that are leaving schools, still playing, trying to recruit. I saw that Penn State was 100 and something in recruiting rankings because all of their people left. Others, and that's just not the way those things should work. So whoever the new coach is going to be at Penn State will start from a very, very low recruiting ranking spot. But we're excited about ours. We're ranked currently 10th in the country, 1st in the ACC as those commitments come in. And Joe, as an old coach, told me one time on recruiting day, by the way, they all come highly recommended. So we'll see how they all pan out in a few years. But you could just see over the years, Mario and the staff have been incredible evaluators of talent. So like our chances.
Yeah, no question. And by the way, the transfer portal comes up next month, and we'll be talking about that. Hey, Dan, before I let you go, because it's been great for radio, this Lane Kiffin thing, aren't you glad you're not the athletic director going through that mess right now? Huh?
No question. It's very, very difficult. I mean, I happen to know a number of the people who've been in those spots. Pat Kraft at Penn State, who was one of the first to open up, still doesn't have anybody signed on the dotted line. LSU, Verge Osbury. Verge was there on staff when I was at LSU, and spoken to him a couple of times, and it was just they kind of put their eyes on Lane Kiffin, and they were able to bring him in. Of course, the 100,000 seats at Tiger Stadium and Saturday nights in Baton Rouge certainly didn't hurt. That's a really interesting place to play and be a part of. But hey, everything's a roll of the dice, and just we'll see in 2 or 3 years how those things work out.
Well, Dan, listen, I'm going to let you go, but man, I appreciate you coming on. We got so many other things. We got basketball starting up, teams getting better and better. We'll come back and talk with you about some of the other stuff at the University of Miami. But thank you so much for coming on with us. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Big win by Jay last night and the basketball guys.
Yeah,
and the
good
Cavender Twins are coming back for our women's basketball game tonight against Tennessee at 5:00. So
Wow.
Anybody in the area, come on back and see our women play tonight.
All right. Hey, Dan, thanks, bud. Have a good day.
You too.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Dan Radakovich, University of Miami athletic director. All right, Woody, we've kind of hit it all there, man. Kind of hit it all there. And Dan, nice enough to come on with us this morning. Hey, I got to tell you, you know what? We got this tennis deal getting ready to take place. It's coming up a few days, man. Monday night. And I'll just start with, I think, the most entertaining player in the world of tennis, and that's Carlos Alcaraz. And he'll be playing Fonseca, the kid from Brazil, who's he's a rock star. There's going to be a lot of people out there, and he is really good. And then on the female side, on the women's side, I want to let you know, Amanda Anisimova is going to be playing Jessica Pegula. Again, ranked 4th and 6th. Two of the best women in the world will be playing each other. First ever event at Lone Depot Park. It is coming this Monday night at 7:00. Tickets start at just $40. They're on sale now. Just go to marlins.com/tennis.
Joe, before we get back to things here, the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th to the 10th, featuring Guns N' Roses, the Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Godsmack, and more. We had a chance for you to win a pass for all 4 days. Just text the word Mayhem. That is spelled Mayhem to 20357, and that is Mayhem to 20357. For more information, go to WQM.com. Tickets are also available at welcome to Rockville.com. This is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Do not text and drive, Joe.
All right, Woody. Thank you. And
we also have some more names that are coming down the pipe here. Would you like a few?
Sure. Go ahead. Give me what you have.
Jackson Cantwell, offensive lineman
there you
from
go.
Missouri.
All right. I just dropped the mic right there. Get the big tackle, 5-star tackle.
We got Gavin Mueller. He is a tight end from Wayne, Illinois.
Man, Mario hit it. Boy, you talk about hitting the whole country.
How about this name for a D lineman out of Hoover, Alabama? Tyson Bacon.
Oh yeah,
that's a D.
That's right
name.
there, man. Right, the old pig farm, right there, man. You got it.
And I think we're caught up, if I'm not mistaken. Did I give you James Dunnigan Jr., Under Armour All-American 4-star DB?
Yeah, no, he's a good one. Yeah.
I don't know if I gave you all these yet.
J.J. Dunnigan, yeah.
We got Ashari Bam Charles. He is a defensive lineman from Laurel, Florida.
Okay.
We got Jordan Campbell, a linebacker from Miami Northwestern.
Okay.
Right here.
Miami
City.
Northwestern got a hell of a team. About ready to win a state championship. They're that good.
We got Cannon Pickett, who is another offensive lineman by way of Tampa. Jontavius Wyman, defensive back from Georgia. And I think we're caught up here. Cortez Redding, did I give him 4-star?
Yeah.
DB from Georgia, Atlanta.
Mario's
he's cleaning up, huh?
Hey, listen, you don't have to worry. You're getting your money's worth. That guy, he's waiting on this, but he ain't sitting around. I can tell you that. He is not only recruiting for this year, but next year, and planting seeds with he and his coaching staff. Yeah. Hey, by the way, I guess you work for Mario. You find out how much you like coaching and recruiting, because you also, a big part of your job is right now is going out and finding and recruiting guys, not only in your area, but at your position, and trying to get them to come to University of Miami with all the competition and money. By the way, anybody caught what's been going on? I saw Boston College goes, we're going to be spending whatever it takes. I see everybody. And when I hear that, I go, okay, so we want to let you know the transfer portal, we're not going to lose out because of money. High school, we're not going to lose out of money anymore. And we are going to get after it. We're going to pay our guys. And now everybody realizes if you're not spending money, you are not going to be a top 20 team in college football. You're just not. Hell, I saw BYU spend the amount of money they just spent. Their coach is getting ready to go to Penn State.
The market is the market.
That's right. Thank you, Tua. Waiting for that one, and get that going. Hey, so anyway, we've had a couple of topics. It's been really interesting. Every so often we get topics, and they don't go away, and everybody gets kind of divided on them. And we've had a couple this week. This Lane Kiffin thing, Lane Kiffin, the victim, which is a friggin' joke to me. Because he wasn't allowed to coach his team, right? And he went, wow, I really wanted to coach and finish it with these guys. And the athletic director said no. Yeah, I would have said no too. And so would everybody else. You're in direct competition with LSU.
In fairness, I don't know if anyone's divided on that. I think Lane is the only one who thinks he should be coaching.
No.
He saw his players came out, and they were like, no, that is not at all what happened. Because remember, he said in that statement he put out that his players wanted him.
Yeah.
And they said that was not the
case. So
case.
I think a lot of those guys think he quit on them by taking the job.
Well,
There's going to be guys.
He did quit on him. He literally
and I could tell you, I have seen this where guys go, hey, screw him. He left. We're not screwing this thing up. We got a damn good team. This doesn't happen a lot. Let's hang together with the coaches we have, put together a game plan, and let us friggin' go out and play, because we think we can beat most of these teams, and we don't need his ass. I think most of them feel that way.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin's not some warm, fuzzy guy and all. No.
He seems like, he's quite a villain, right? He seems like a really
I just don't want to
guy,
hear
but-
about Lane Kiffin. Like, go to LSU, no problem. Hey, nobody blame you, man. You're now you and Kirby Smart, I believe, are both at $13 million a year. You got unbelievable incentives. Hell, you win a frigging game, you're going to make money from somebody else coaching. LSU's going to pay you for that.
Do you realize how insane that is? $13 million a year. That's more than $1 million a game.
Well, did you ever think so many college coaches would be making more than half of the NFL coaches, if not more? Do you ever think that would happen?
That's crazy too.
I mean,
because the NFL is, that thing, is a monster.
But
I know college football is popular, but it's got nothing on the NFL.
Well, I think part of this is there are a lot of NFL guys who would never coach in the college level because friggin' half your job's coaching. The other parts are recruiting and the friggin' constant babysitting.
Mm-hmm.
1 year free agents, that'd wear you out. You got to constantly keep. Are you happy? You okay over there? Hey, whether the guy's really bad or really good, everybody's going to try to get him because they know he's really good. And a guy that's not playing that you really like when you recruited him before, like, hey, Mr. Trader, come play for me. Oh, did I say that? Anyway.
The thing is, though, like, especially if you're a good college coach and you get it rolling, isn't it kind of easy to sustain it, though?
It's easier, yes.
Right? The NFL, it's hard to be, well, we know that it's hard to win in the first place, but it's hard to be good for a while.
There is a system set up that if you know what you're doing, I really believe it, Woody, and we've seen a great example of it with the Patriots.
Yep, I was just going to say the Patriots.
That Patriots team was one of the worst. I
they
remember
were terrible.
Last year when they came down here, and Jimmy and I are sitting there and halftime with Jimmy, this is one of the worst teams I've ever seen. They're bad. I said that quarterback's got no shot, and he was playing okay.
Was that the game with the end zone, back of the end zone thing with the feet touched and nobody knew the rule? Was that the Patriots?
I think that was might have been the first game with them.
Okay. And everyone was like stunned that we could lose to them because they're so bad.
But look how they turned it around.
Yep.
Big free agent class, bam, draft, hit on some draft picks. Some of them are hurt right now, but hit on some draft picks. And then their schedule.
And I mean, saw someone was talking about they got a bunch of money to spend next year too.
The NFL, if you know what you're doing, the NFL, man, is for you. But if you don't follow the way it's structured and the way it's built, you don't do that, you end up looking like us and looking like Cleveland and looking like the Raiders and looking like 5 or 6 teams.
Well, that's the problem if you get stuck with this mediocrity. That's why, like, when you keep saying, let's just keep winning, it's like, okay, but you realize you're going to be in this vicious cycle of mediocrity.
Woody, can I
if you're bad, you're bad. That's fine. You get your shot at a quarterback, right? You shot at that top pick. If you're good, you're good. If you're in the middle, you're stuck, man.
Woody, we had those high picks.
I know we blew them, but the guy who blew them is not here anymore.
Okay. But
all I'm saying is, like, you're going to end up with, like,
I would
15,
rather
60, whatever pick you end up with.
I would rather, and I know you disagree.
I know you'd rather win. I know.
I want to win games because I want guys to learn. I want guys to learn how to win. I want young guys to learn how to win. I think it's important to learn how to win, so we're not constant. We come back next year and go, all right, close games, we lose again, we're getting blown out. Well, let's get really blown out. I want guys to learn how and fight, even when they're not playing their best, find a way to win, and that's what they're doing. I want that compared to the 3rd or 4th pick in there between the Titans and the Jets or the Raiders or the Saints.
Don't be upset when they come back with, same quarterback and same coach.
Or
and
coming back.
They run it back.
That mess has nothing to do with next year. That guy's here. That guy's not going anywhere. That's money. That was whoever finalized, maybe the same guy that finalized that deal when they gave him that big contract. All right, man, we've got more stuff to get to here this morning. But, the NFL is wide open right now, man. And the 2 best stories going, well, 3 best stories. You got to give Chicago a lot of credit, too, Denver and New England. Unbelievable how they're playing right now, what they're doing. All right, I'm going to talk about some serious stuff here. I see them all the time. Matter of fact, you can't turn your TV on without seeing law firms. They're everywhere. Injury law firms, man. And I always get a kick out of it because I always wonder now that I know Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah pretty well. I always wonder when I'm looking at them, I go, I wonder if the guys that are walking in the picture, beautiful, beautiful TV commercials. Great. I mean, a lot of money spent. And here comes a guy and he's all dressed up. And then I find out from people, I go, that guy hasn't tried a case in 30 years. I mean, he looks good. So you're telling me that I'm sitting there and I've been injured in an automobile accident or slip and fall, and I'm watching and I'm really starting to like what I'm seeing on this commercial. And I go in there and I'm all set up and the guy goes, oh, no. You're going to be going, this is a handoff over there. You're going to be spinning the wheel on which attorney you get over there in the corner. That's going to be the one that's going to handle your case. Well, why were you doing all the talking then? Why are you the front guy, just the front guy? What's the deal? Then you find out a lot of those lawyers don't have anything to do with your cases. Man, I don't know about you. I'd rather have Gary and Harvey. Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys, the same partners who will handle your case from start to finish with more than 30 years of experience and big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results and small enough just to call you back and give you the personal touch you should want. When you're in pain and waiting to see and talking, you haven't gotten an update on your case because nobody's called you back, maybe you should go to CohnandJudah.com and read the reviews and what people are saying about their communication skills and how good they are as attorneys. That's what I'm talking about. Go to CohnandJudah.com or call 866-FAIR-FEE. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Panthers, who fell to the Leafs 4-1. The Cats look to bounce back when they host Nashville tomorrow night. Over to hoops, the Hurricanes beat Ole Miss by a final of 75-66. Miami now return home to take on Southern Miss on Saturday. And tonight, the Heat will be in Dallas for a matchup with the Mavs. Tip-off is at 8:30, and the game can be heard here on WQAM. Finally, in college football, the playoff poll was released last night. Miami came in at 12, behind BYU at 11, and Notre Dame at 10, Joe.
All right. Hey, Woody, you were just talking about something, and welcome back here for the 9 o'clock hour. Busy day, a lot of stuff. The most quiet national signing day in the history of college football is officially going on right now. I had to read last night that USC might have the number 1 recruiting class, and everybody's going, yeah, great. Call me on the transfer portal, will you? Let me know. People are now interested in who's transferring. There's been talk that South Carolina quarterback might be interested in coming to Miami. There's going to be a lot of guys for a lot of different reasons. They're going to be jumping, and it's everywhere. It's not just a Miami thing. It's everywhere. And you can do it even faster if you're, matter of fact, for all these coaches that have left their schools, you're a free agent right away. You got 30 days, man. You're like, all right, I don't want to stay here. My coach left. Let's do it. So the NCAA's got a lot of rules in favor right now for players to have lots of freedom. Matter of fact, that's why we tell you on these recruiting classes, and one of the reasons that recruiting is not as popular now, our National Signing Day, these guys are really one-year free agents. And if they're not happy, and there will be some of this class that takes off, don't think they're all staying around. See how it goes for 3 years. Some will work out. You hope to get a couple Malachi Tonys, Reuben Baines, Maui Noahs. You hope to get a couple of those guys. But there's also going to be some guys that just don't pan out, aren't happy, wanted earlier playing time, and are going to check out and put themselves in the portal and go from there. So that is as part of this thing that's really hurt National Signing Day. It's just not. The Canes are expected to be between 8th and 10th in the country, ranked class. And everybody's like, okay. And the other problem is, just seems like a lot of freshmen, unless they're really good, don't play a lot their first year. They just don't play a lot. Now, you do get Joshua Moore, Malachi Toney, and Bryce Fitzgerald, a couple of guys. And Bryce Fitzgerald, the safety out of Columbus, has had a really nice season for himself. But there's also a lot of guys got to wait, and a lot of them won't want to wait. So we have all that stuff going on here. What do you brought up something before, and I wanted to get back to it because it's a good point, and I get it usually going to the car out of Hard Rock Stadium. So I had somebody confront me. I got a group, and they wait, and they know when you come out and stuff. And
Did someone confront you?
Not confront me, but they talk.
Okay,
they know where
they
know where I come out, and they come up to me.
They just wait you out.
Well, it's hard for me to talk and keep walking.
Yeah.
The other guys are really good at it and just don't want to make small talk, want to get in the car and go.
They don't know that you just spent 4 hours calling that disaster of a game, and
right.
you've had enough.
But I just can't blow people off. That's not my
I
deal.
know. You're a good guy.
So the guy said, no, I'm not trying to be the good guy. I just, they care enough to be there and they got an opinion after the game, but we can't have it both ways. And Woody, to your point, people are going, well, we didn't look great, but we get a win. That just hurts us now on the draft if we're not going to make the playoffs. And then we got other people now. Listen, we got people going, hey, we got a chance, man. If we just play a little better, we get Tua going. We got a chance. I'm looking at the schedule, and now Pittsburgh's not. So you got both ways, and so I try to stay very consistent because I hate losing. I don't care who it is. And that game the fourth quarter was a disaster. I mean, there was stuff that happened for the Dolphins, like trying to give the damn game away. And they got to win. And I was glad. I was like, hey, man, it wasn't pretty. I'm not going to sit and tell everybody tomorrow it's pretty, but they got to win. The way the thing ended with the Commanders, it wasn't pretty, but they got the win. And they got a little luck. The guy missed a field goal. But I want guys to learn how to friggin' win. We got a lot of young guys. I want to learn how to win. And we're just sitting here talking during the break in the back, and whether you're torn or, well, I'd like to have a higher pick, especially now that we're going to have a different GM. Well, I tell you, and it's not to bring up stuff with Chris Grier because he's gone. But he does put this roster together, and it's just overall not a very good roster. It's not a championship roster. Our coaches need more to work with. The good players want better players to work with. And you know, and we haven't done a good enough job drafting. Whether we've had small draft classes, and I'm not saying we haven't from time to time. Chris has hit on a few guys, but not even our high picks have not turned out to be frontline guys in the NFL, like real good top 3 or 4 at their position players. We just haven't. Matter of fact, right now, Achan's the closest thing we have to that. So I'm just at a point like, look, wherever you draft, get the damn best player. Just go out and get the best player. And I know how the system works. How you pick, you know, you got a choice from, you know, guys that look like you can't miss on. And I'm excited to see and find out how this thing's going to be structured for the next guy that's going to make the picks. Once we get cleaned up on money, which we have a lot of dead money that's not going away. You got to get that cleaned up, but I'd rather just win these games. I do. I'm not interested in having the top pick. We tried that. We weren't even good enough to get we won too many games. We screwed that up. So just win. Go out and win games. Make a run at it. Get a winning record, whatever. I know where you pick right in the middle of the draft. And I know you're going, well, I know we're not very good picking. We got a first round pick in the middle of the draft, first round. I just think guys got to learn how to win. Guys got to learn how to make big plays at the end of games, and they do that. They've had some big plays, big 2-point conversion interception to an interception in overtime. Your defense, or a big sack at the end of the game by Bradley. I just think all those things are important, man. I do, and I don't know. A lot of you want to tank it here the last 4 or 5 games and rather last 6 or 7 and ready to throw in the towel after Lamar chewed us up. And let's win. Now, I'm curious to see who's coming back. I'm curious to see, a lot of Chris smell is still upstairs. Are we going to make the changes and clean it up for the drafting from top to bottom? Are we going to keep some of the same guys? I'm really curious about that, like a lot of people are. I think we have a lot of really good coaches that need better players to coach. But listen, man, they're going to go for it. They're going to try to go. I know this. They're going up to New York with the thought, with that 3-win team, of going to 6 and 7, getting a win. And there's a chance that the Steelers are going to lose that game against Baltimore, and they're going to be tied for a Monday Night Football game. They're going to have identical 6 and 7 records. I'm not saying it has anything to do with the playoffs, but they're going to have a chance to actually catch up to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which, by the way, ironically, I've never heard so many former players come out and want Tomlin fired. Maybe it's time for a change. He's done a great job, but and they're complaining they haven't won a playoff game. Oh, we've had a lot of winning records. Doesn't that sound familiar? We've had a lot of winning records, but, you know, Mike Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game since, 2015 or 2016? And I was like, that's nothing. I was going, really? Hell, we got a lot longer than that. We're the longest in the NFL for not winning a playoff game.
They tried. I mean, Pittsburgh tried, right? But they kind of did the same deal. Like, they plugged in with a mediocre quarterback at the way end of his career. They got jerked around by him.
Got traded for a cornerback and a tight end. Now they got, 4 tight ends on the team. They're trying to play wide receiver. They just don't have enough.
So now what happens if you're Pittsburgh and Aaron Rodgers at the end of the season is going to do his thing, right, where he goes to his cave and, lets you know 2 weeks before the season starts if he wants to play.
Woody, isn't this it for him?
I mean, I would think, but who knows? I'm guessing he's going to do the offseason deal, right, where he makes everyone wait because I think he enjoys the attention.
He does enjoy that. I agree with you on that.
I think he's certainly.
I think he's done with the cave
that,
now that he's got the make-believe wife. He's going to spend more time with her. Maybe he'll go to the cave with the make-believe wife.
That story kind of went away, huh?
Does anybody think that's weird?
I think you deserve a lot of credit for inventing that theory.
There's a lot of guys in his life that aren't sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, no one's met her.
You don't think that's kind of weird, even your
I
buddies?
think it's very weird.
I think they just leave him alone because he just gets so upset. That's a weird one, man.
Maybe he got catfished.
We've never had anybody. Guys even see girlfriends. And he's got a wife that's listen, my wife's pretty private, but she got nothing on this woman. This woman is.
Yeah, I've seen your wife.
She's
real.
But this is this different level. The family.
Great.
The family's come out and said, I don't know about this. We know our son a little bit.
Hates him.
He doesn't talk to us, but we know. I don't know if we're buying this.
They wouldn't have been invited to the wedding anyway.
Weird one, man. He's a different cat. There's no question. Every so often we go, ooh, that guy's a different cat right there. Lane Kiffin, that dude's a different cat.
But Rodgers will jerk him around all offseason and leave him hanging with Mason Rudolph.
He's made more money than any NFL quarterback in the history of the game. I think he might finally say, you know what? I'm going to go do something.
Yeah, but what is he going to do, though? That's the real question. He's not going to be able to jump on TV like
he said
Brady.
He'd never do that. Oh, no, he came out and said, I will never get in that business.
Sure.
I will never. You'll never see me after football's done.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he said he's going away for good. Yeah, you'll never hear from him again. I'm sure he's going to love that.
It'll allow everybody to take shots at him though once.
Sure.
Find out that that's not going to be the case.
I don't see him just riding off into the sunset and you never hear from him again. Just doesn't seem to sync up with everything he's done, but who knows?
Boy, he's been trying to chase a team that can win and thought it might be the Jets and then thought it might be the Steelers. Oof, boy. All right. Hey, listen, we got some stuff to talk about here this morning. Protect your home. Why have you not done? Why have you not called Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing? You got that old leaky roof. Replace your old roof now. You can pay later. How about that? There's one thing. I always talk to Chev, the CEO over there, and he says, Joe, there's one thing people can do. We can't control where storms are going to hit, where hurricanes are going to hit, but you can protect your home with the best products. And we'd like to be there to help you, whether it's a roof or the windows or doors. It doesn't matter. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. And you can save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. So if you're starting to look around, man, put Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing on there and take a look and call or check them out. Go to LoctiteImpact.com or you can call 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff. Will answer all your questions. They cover all of South Florida. Remember the name, Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
Today's topics are sponsored by
Joe, before we get back to things here, we're going to do a giveaway.
We like giveaways. What kind of giveaway you have?
All right, we're going to do this a little differently today, though. Okay, all right, so hang in here. So we got the Miami Tennis Invitational. It's coming to Lone Depot Park next Monday. We had a chance for you to win tickets to see Carlos Alcaraz, Amanda Anisimova, and more. We are going to give the tickets away, but here's the deal. I had someone reach out to us on Twitter yesterday, and a lot of people listen in different ways, right? And so there's a longer delay for different things.
Okay.
So here's the deal.
Thanks for explaining it to the old guy. Okay.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
We're going to go straight up at 9:30. We're going to take caller number 5.
9:30.
9:30.
Caller number 5.
We're going by the universal iPhone time, whatever, you're at.
So
your
how you
phone
do
saying
that?
right
Because they're going to start jumping right now to get those tickets.
Well, then they're eliminated. You can't be early.
So if
that's a false start. That's
Yeah,
premature. We will not take a premature caller. It's got to be at 9:30.
The early bird gets a worm, bro.
No. That's for your dinners. Not the tickets.
Just so you know, smartass, and I am way past that age. I've never taken advantage of an early bird. I'm not saying
I don't think they still have those though.
Oh, I think they do.
Really?
Yeah, but like
there's no Sizzler down here.
But I got to tell you, Sizzler. There is a Sizzler. I told you.
Set up by you, yeah.
Yuba City, California has a Sizzlers.
We looked it up last time. It was very
by
well
the way,
reviewed.
I went in there, and the average age was the age of my dad and his 2 sisters.
Yeah.
And they love it.
But it was good, right?
I mean, it was all right.
Oh, you didn't like it?
It's okay.
Well, you're used to the fancier steakhouse.
They have the soft ice cream machines, the vanilla next to the chocolate. And that's old school.
You put your own toppings in it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
And that's
Everyone
what they
likes
wait
that.
for. They're going, save some room.
Yeah.
I go, what for? So I'm sitting there eating a salad. What do you mean? Oh, save some room.
No, do
they
it yourself
got
ice
great
cream.
toppings for the chocolate. Big.
So we're about 90 seconds out here, Joe. So again, this is we got a complaint yesterday, or not a complaint, more of a request.
No, people want to know they have
they
a
want
shot.
to have a fair shot.
And and this is a good one because 2 of the best women against obviously the 1 or number 2 player in the world. Center might be number 1. I'm not sure if Alcaraz or center's number 1.
According to this thing here, it says that he's number 1.
Okay.
Alcaraz.
Oh, man.
Who's better? Why don't you decide it? Who should be number 1?
Well, I like Alcaraz.
You're on the committee.
We all have personalities we like. That, by the way, that's a personality-driven sport.
Yeah.
I like Nadal,
solo
and
sports
Federer,
usually
and
are.
Alcaraz. And I like some of the bad. I mean, I like Medvedev. A lot of people don't like him because he screams and yells and style's not as
I like Djokovic. I know you're not a fan.
You like Joker because I don't like Joker?
No, I just like him. I like his act. He's good for tennis.
He is good. By the way, all the personalities are really good for tennis. I am with you. Going back to McEnroe and Jimmy Connors, those guys.
But that's how individual sports work. You got to sell your own brand, right? Like we got that thing going on at the Kaseya Center in a couple of weeks. That fight, those guys got to sell that thing themselves.
Who do you end up finding to finally fight that passed the drug test? Who is it?
You know, he's fighting Anthony Joshua, the big heavyweight, the former heavyweight champion. He's a big underdog.
There's got to be something.
You know what that
to
means?
This. If that guy, Anthony Joshua, is in shape,
he looked in shape. And by the way, he's like gigantic compared to this guy.
If there's no
they did a little face off already.
And by the way, if just keep me on my feet and let me finish the fight, you get an extra $5 million.
It's 9:30, by the way, so I'm going to take caller number 5 right now. But and the lines are lighting up.
Wow, you got him coached up.
So the plan is to put a decent wager on Paul in the hopes that the fight is fixed. So that will be the game plan for that night.
It's just weird.
It's unusual.
It wasn't too many years ago.
That guy was knocking out the top guys in the heavyweight.
Hammering guys. Yeah. Wembley was packed with 100,000 and guys,
he was fighting like Klitschko and Fury and those guys.
Yeah. You know the story. And now he had to make a ton of money. Now you're over here fighting this guy who's going to have to, put on a lot of weight.
This is big for Victor, too. He gets to spend time with Paul.
Why'd you bring up Vic?
Oh, he's our boxing insider. I'm bringing him on before the fight. By the way, I want you to know that.
Good. Matter of fact,
he was so far off on that craw. He goes, Canelo's going to kill him. So I don't know. Crawford's feisty.
That was a lopsided fight. That one.
He just likes Canelo. He's been blinded.
Jesus, that was terrible. That was terrible. So you're going caller number 5, right?
Yeah, right now.
All right, sounds good. They're all lit up. We always appreciate everybody that's involved with it. We want to let you know, too, Charles Davis, NFL on CBS analyst, is going to join us coming up. We're going to talk to him. The AFC is wide open right now, and Charles Davis has seen most of those teams play, and so we'll have that. Matter of fact, he's got the Denver game this weekend, and they're going after their 11th win as well. Hey, right now I want to talk to you about something very important, man. Dr. Barry and the great work that he and his staff do for people dealing with some mental health issues. And, hey, let's get to it. A lot of us, not everybody, but a lot of people been off the road a little bit, through a divorce, losing jobs, going through some rough times, things not going your way, you're in a funk, and you just can't get out of it. Well, if you're going through some form of mental health, Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health has a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale. For 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with expert clinical team and innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. If you or someone you love needs a winning strategy, a little help, call 954-737-4508. or visit recoveryunplugged.com. Listen, everyone deserves a great season in life. Let this be yours. Let you get things flipped around. Dr. Barry and his staff can do it for you. Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.